Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. We have so much news because of New York Comic Con.
Welcome to our New York Comic Con special.
Yes. It's going to be a lot. We have some non-New York Comic Con news. I kind of structured this. I broke it down by franchise to make life easy for everybody who's watching this afterwards. But we're going to be like pumping through it. Most of the New York Comic Con news is comic book news. Toy news and everything else was kind of light, but comic news, pumping, good times. So we're gonna do some quick intro stuff before we like get rolled in here, because we do need to like get going because there's a lot on the topics. So first things first, Ryan. Let's hold off on running down everybody in the chat for like the next like 3 or 4 minutes so people get a chance to come in. And what I want to do, okay. News roundup, quick things. I got my Yusei Fudo Revoltech in. He's weird.
Is he good? Is he good? Or because I see videos of the Jaden, and the Jaden's pretty bad. Is he better? I hope.
Every joint looks weird because they're Revoltech joints, but I'm not used to Revoltech joints not making annoying clicking sounds. Like he feels more like a Figma.
Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing. It's so weird about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Figma Revoltechs. They don't feel like Revoltech. Like even like modern Revoltechs, they don't feel like modern Revoltechs. They feel so weird. They feel like they're probably are done by a different designer than the normal. Jamie World getting 5 subs.
Thank you, Jamie's World.
Mr. Smelly Potato, Brenton Yata, and Silverbricks, GV2186, and Toasted Rave. Welcome to the membership.
Thank you, Jamie's World, for gifting those memberships. It really helps support the channel. If you want to help gift memberships, you can do it during streams, and of course, we'll shout you out when it happens. That's a good way to support the channel, as well as give other people opportunities to have the perks like early access to videos, the member-exclusive live streams. I need to work on scheduling. I've been swamped with stuff and being tired lately. Fall's always rough for me, like physically, because I have really bad pollen allergies. So as every leaf is falling off the tree, I'm just like,
next Thursday is a Halloween. You could do like a member. You do a members monster stream for that.
I will think about doing that. So there's some cool stuff, but it helps the channel. So if you guys want to do that, there's the button down there. But thank you everybody for the support, and thank you Jamie's World for gifting memberships. Okay. Anyways, Yusei's weird. I don't know if I don't really feel like reviewing him because he's kind of a pain to do anything with.
You're the only one that will do a quality review of. I think you should, because you're the only one that could review him, have the Playmates dual runner and all that. I think you have that. And you're defying these guys. I feel like you kind of need to do a review of him.
Getting him in this pose was such a headache that I'm like, but maybe that's also why I need to review him, because he's a headache to pose.
Yeah, the way you say that, that means he is the same quality as the Jaden. Then if he's that bad, like, oh boy.
Because the problem I have with him is that every joint just feels weird, and then like his thigh swivels are so ungodly tight that they'll just pop the ball joints out of his hips instead.
Question: Can he rotate his arms straight? Because the way how the Jaden was designed. You know how the GX character designs have that kind of V body type?
Yeah,
where
his arms go straight.
Yeah, no, that's good, because the problem with Jaden, if you move his arms up, they're always like diagonal, because they move like a V cut formation because of the sculpt. So that's good for you.
He at least has that going for him. I will say my favorite part, because I did buy the deluxe set.
Is the Junk Warrior?
Yeah, the Junk Synchron. On his little stand, he's adorable.
Yeah, but I think you should do a review, because
probably should. Yeah,
it was really hard to find a decent review of the Jaden, for example. So like that, I think
I remember my dual runner review like did insanely well.
Because
your videos do insanely well. It's
because there's only like 2 like decent reviews of it. Yours and KRX50's old video of it. That's why.
That makes sense. Anyways, chat, if you guys chime in, if I should also review it, if you guys want to see that will be helpful.
Poll. Let's do a poll right now.
Poll. I'll just run a poll. Let's see. Review Revoltech.
Send the Crow for you. Yeah, Mr. Crow's for you. It's hard to find English review for certain Japanese toys or Balkans. I tell you that. It's really hard to find it.
Okay. It will be either
it'll here.
If I do it, it'll either be this Friday's video or next Friday's video, depending, because next Wednesdays is Halloween.
Also, welcome, Kels.
Oh, hey, Kels. Sorry. Got all wrapped up and stuff. Yeah, because like I already decided what tomorrow's video or Wednesday's video is. So there's that. So you say it could either be. God, I filmed the next Sentai showcase. I've been holding it off because of New York Comic Con. I knew it would get lost if it came out like last week. So I was just like, oh, I'll push it to next week. Maybe I'll just push it to
Is that what is actually speaking of last week's videos?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of response to. All right, last week's videos. Paramount's Terrible Ninja Turtles DVD set.
Hey, you got your $27 back.
That's the first video to turn a profit, guys.
I mean, it's a really good video of your trauma.
It's a good video of trauma. It's done insanely well. I haven't responded to anyone's comments, and I apologize for that. The comments kept flooding in quickly that I just was like...
That video blew up, because I think you're the first one to do like a video review of it. Also, it's also just funny that review came out after that IGN video. I think it was IGN review, text review of it.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't even a text review. It was just a post where they were just like, go buy this from our affiliate link.
And I'm like, no, it's bad.
But yeah, no, 11K views in 4 days, guys. That never happens to me.
I mean, so what's worse, the way how the Lionsgate things are labeled, or how the 2012 set doesn't even have disc 1 to, where...
I would say the Lionsgate is worse only because at least the 2012 stuff is in order. Except for the last season.
Well, here's the thing. That's in terms of episode. Like episodes on disc, fine, but unlike the Lionsgate thing, where does it give you a disc with which episode?
Yeah, because the 2012 set is just the volumes repacked with not even new labels.
But the problem is they have it inside the interior art. They say disc 1, and have the episodes. Problem is, which one's disc 1? Because none of them says disc 1, 2, 3, 4, all that stuff. It's just the volume names. Is that as bad?
That's not as bad because it's not lying to you. The problem with the way the Lionsgate labeled them and the way that they labeled like season 1, because it says like disc 1, season 1 or whatever. Like there's episodes on those discs that they're labeled like, oh, if you're looking for this episode from season 4, it's from here, but that's actually a season 5 episode, and it's definitely it's like their labels are lies.
Well, I guess that's bad, but like if you're like never seen the 2012 show and then get this complete series set, when you go disc 1, which one's disc 1? Nothing says disc 1.
It's also equally terrible, but it's not lying to you. That's why it's it's a little bit better, because it's not lying to you. But they're still terrible. There's no good Ninja Turtles DVD set except for Next Mutation.
I will argue the 2003 set is not as bad. Like, people really treat that set bad. Like,
people treat that set badly. It is the one I like the most because at least everything is there in order.
The only objectively bad thing about the 2003 set is Turtles Forever, and that's it. Everything else is just like
the resolution problem. This was something I didn't notice when I was doing coverage of it that people did point out later that I do agree with. They hard-coded it to 16:9, which means the black boxes are hard-coded, which means the video resolution drops.
Yeah, that's like
and that's just that's just dumb incompetence.
But it's one of the things where if you don't notice, you had to be like a hardcore video.
Most of the issues in the 2003 set you cannot notice. The issues with the 1987 set you can notice by watching it, and the 2012 set in particular is just confusing for no reason.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, then there's frickin' the Next Mutation, which is like the only that's the cleanest experience you could ever have. Everything's in production order, and the only thing you're missing is the theme song.
The Rise DVDs don't count their volumes. That you can't compare a volume of random episodes to complete series sets.
If we were to compare them, those would be the worst Ninja Turtles DVDs of all time, because there is being out of order, and then there's whatever the hell the order of the Rise episodes were.
And like, to be fair, those were never the goal of those. One of these. What's the goal? I always say, what's the goal of a DVD set or Blu-ray set? If those rises are just there for canon, they're just kid canon fodder.
Because the thing is that at least with the 2012, where they were also kid canon fodder volumes, all things considered,
yeah, they're in order.
They're in order. Whereas like Rise, I forget what the order is, but it was like
it was jumbled. It was just.
It's just jumbled. Like, it was like episode 1, 26, 14, 3. Like, and it was like 6 episodes, and it's like 6 11-minute episodes, so it's not even like a worth the price that it's selling for.
Yeah. So what you're saying is the 86-7 series has the same logic, but it's worse because they're 10 season sets.
Yes. Anyways, history of Ninja Turtles home video coming in the future. Good lord. we just talked for like 3 minutes and it was already like I have a headache again. I'll go over everything at some point. I'm not doing VHS though. Nobody in the comments complained I didn't do VHS. Please say.
You don't want to talk about Burger King Kids Club?
No, I have one of them though. If I want a physical example.
Are you sure isn't one of the NECA figures?
Yeah, sure. It's one of the old VHSs.
I'm surprised you made a Transformers video, knowing how you feel about the current Transformers stuff.
Yes, this Transformers video happened. This was supposed. The original plan was I was going to work longer on the Turtles DVD and make it a Friday video because it was going to be longer. But
then you saw they're the same disc.
But then I was like, oh my god, it doesn't even have new labels. I need to do this now. I was all fired up and I got it done. And then I was like, let me use this Turtles video or this Transformers video. That I had in the back. I've had this Transformers video on my notes sheet of like, here's a filler video for like 4.5 months now. So I was like, I should just make that one. That one's easy. I also was like, I think because I'm frustrated by Hasbro's current toy line, I was like, let me do some positive energy. Let me list 10 things they're never making. I mean, 10 things I want them to make.
Okay, no, I won't say never, because that Charge and Rampage, I feel like they're still gonna do. For example, because there's definitely, I imagine on the Transformers design scene, there's definitely a sticky note saying finish the rest of the main characters of Beast Wars.
Yep.
Scenario.
Oh, Psycho says the Shout G1 set in order. Yes, by air date. So at least it's something. It's not a made up order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you guys haven't seen that video, number 9 is one I thought I'd get no support for, but like 4 people in the comments agreed with me.
What was that one again?
It was my Beast Machines pick. I don't want to spoil it if people haven't seen the video.
All right. Here's the thing, because even people who don't like Beast Machines will always agree that we need to at least finish the cast.
Yep.
The casting just to have a whole.
Someone had a great idea of making her as making her and then retooling her into Quintessa from the Last Night.
Yeah, they don't.
I thought that was brilliant.
I mean, it's either that or they bring back. It's either bring back Red or Yellow Park. Come on, Yellow Park, do it.
Yeah, Yellow Park could be our saviors. Anyways, let's move on. Last week's shorts included a Radiant Black review for the finale to the Catalyst War.
And Yusuke Urameshi.
Yusuke Urameshi, which is Fighter Kaus's favorite video I've ever made.
How is your figures joint tolerances? Are they
Feels
good?
Great.
Because that's always been thing hitting here in Nintendo's. Yeah, because that's always a him, not just for that Yusuke, but multiple some Figuarts where I hear a squeak now in the Figuart, and I get scared and had to shock oil them so they don't like later tear apart on me later on scenario.
Jamie's World, I won't do the Ranma 1/2 Figuarts because I've never seen Ranma 1/2.
Those also old. They're old also. Good luck trying to find them.
Psychos is Art jumping into the shorts. I haven't done him yet, but I might. I did Gaia before. He did pretty decent. I just haven't done it yet. But I'm also going to get the Solus armor in a couple weeks, so maybe I'll just wait and do like Arc, Solus, and Luma together, because they're not... Like, Arc doesn't do that much on his own. The craziest thing about Arc is his neck joint.
Yeah, because you need the Arc. Use your imagination.
Yes.
Fantastic. By Arc's like really damn good. Like the newest episode is so good.
The neck joint on Arc I want on all Ultraman Figuarts going forward.
I know, right?
But anyways, that was what's going on the channel this week. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this poll. I'll review Yusei for Friday because it will take me a little bit longer to get together.
I like Benjamin Weisman. BSG both in show and toy line was outstanding and awful in different areas. Average overall. I think most of us can agree.
I agree, and I like the show. But anyways, this week's videos. Wednesday's video, we'll talk about what that is later in the stream.
News.
And Friday's video will be Revoltech Yusei, and then you'll see a new Sentai showcase next week. That also give me more time to edit that Sentai showcase, because I filmed it and
that'll be Friday. Well, that'll be Friday because you have to do your Halloween switch on Wednesday because Thursday's Halloween.
Yep. Also, the Wednesday Halloween video, Oogie Boogie Bash versus Halloween Horror Nights. The fun part is that this also means next week's videos are already all filmed. I just need to edit them. So
that's my favorite. That's my favorite fight. That's my favorite fighting game.
Oogie Boogie Bash versus Halloween Horror Nights. Some people, not me, as some people would say, Coughing Baby versus Nuclear Bomb.
Oogie Boogie. Yeah, there's like this clash of Halloween or something like that.
Clash of Halloween. Okay. Brian, would you give a rundown to everybody in our chat while
Did you call him Ryan or Brian?
How about who's this Brian?
My allergies are killing me, so it's causing my nose to be really nasally at the moment.
Welcome, 94 Kun, Benjamin Weisman, Jamie's World, Master Ben, Muteki T, Cyclos, Robots, Silverbrook, Smith the Crow, S4 Jason, and Hellfire.
Yay. Welcome.
And Common Jojo. He just entered.
Welcome, Common Jojo. If anybody else wants to say hi, now's your chance. I'm not reviewing Commander Prime, Psycho O's. That's not even going to be a poll, because I ain't buying it. It looks like a great figure.
I don't need it. Oh, Super Chat from Mateki.
Yes.
Simanana. Thank you for the money, Mateki.
Thank you for the Super Chat, Mateki. If you want to type that again, I'll let you.
Oh, yo no sé mana. Okay, I don't know anything.
Is that a reference?
No, it's just Spanish.
Welcome, SSJ4 Jason and Soulman. And thank you, Jeremy Carr, for reminding people to hit the like button. It really does help, like, immensely. You have no idea. The like button is like I think still the predominant YouTube algorithm thing.
Speaking of socials, have anyone jumped to Blue Sky yet?
I've been on Blue Sky for a while.
You just haven't used it.
I don't use it.
I haven't used it. Yeah, I'm just on there. Yeah.
I'm gonna assume you're gonna use it more now.
I'm gonna try to use it more.
Super chat for Kama Jojo. What do you guys think of Dragon Ball Aya? The Legends.
9-year-old me loved it. It was my favorite Dragon Ball show. No, I mean AF is one of those like.
Oh, you mean Psychor?
Psycho, yeah. The Super. Don't forget Super Saiyan 100 with an evil Goku.
I was so confused when GT ended and Super Saiyan 5 didn't get introduced. Good time.
The Legends.
Welcome, Santos Celine. Master Ben, I'm not going to dye my hair because my hair is not indestructible enough for hair dye. It is already fading, and I'm not even 30, so let's not mess with fate like this.
The way you describe it, if you dare put a hair dye in your hair, it sounds like your hair just gonna go like it's gone, and you just become TN.
I'll never forget on Twitter when someone posted a montage of Ramona's hair dye scenes from the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and someone like quote tweeted and went, "Man, I wish my hair was as indestructible as hers to be doing that every day." Yeah. Anyways, it's news time, guys. Let's see. What I was going on a thing about Commander Prime, wasn't I? Oh yeah. I was gonna say it's not that it's not good. It's just I'm at the point in Transformers collecting where I just don't need it.
Because money. Also, you had to be picky with money.
I got to be picky with money, and also I am like realizing like I don't enjoy buying Hasbro toys as much as I used to, and I'm trying to wane off of some of that stuff.
Speaking of, do you want to tell your war story of Cobra Commander?
My God, I got him today. So quick story, because I know we need to get to the news, but quick story. So Hasbro Pulse had this Cobra Commander that was the Comic-Con exclusive, where he's part snake guy, right? And once a man. And so he sells out in Comic-Con because they put no limit on him on the last day. And then they put him up for pre-order, limit of 5 per person, even though it's been hard to get. Really hard to get. Finally get it. And then it says, okay, it's going to ship September 15th. And I was like, okay, cool. Then September, they sent me an email and they're like, oh, it's delayed till November 15th. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. Then I checked my order and it changed to October 23rd, which I was like, okay, yeah, typical Hasbro, not surprised, right? I was checking my account yesterday because some figures came in that I didn't know had a date change because they never showed a date in the order page because of how broken Pulse's system is. And then found out that my Cobra Commander shipped 5 days ago and they did not tell me.
Did he even email you saying, we ship your item?
Nope.
Dot, 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 dot.
I looked, they didn't send me any email, and then he showed up today, and I was just like, wow, okay, so not only was he 2 days before, not only did he arrive 2 days before they said, but also they didn't even email me to tell me they shipped it.
So you're telling me is when you open the box, you just went, once a man!
Basically, yeah. Maybe not as dramatically, but basically. The fun part is that old Hasbro Pulse, there was a system. You get an order confirmation email. When the date changed 5 days before it released, you'd get an email saying, hey, the date changed. Then they would send you a payment confirmed email when your payment went through, or a payment declined email if your payment didn't go through. I will give thoughts on Daima in a moment, JP.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say,
let me finish this quick story. So they would give you an email when the date changed, and then they'd email you when it shipped. And that's why I liked using Pulse, because they updated you on every step of the process. But now they don't do any of that. They don't email you when the payment declines. They don't email you. I mean, sometimes they email you when the payment declines. They don't email you to confirm that the payment went through. So you're just like stuck waiting, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't deal with this anymore. So I'm just like, I'm done using them unless it's an exclusive. Okay, so JV's World dropped a super chat saying, anyone seen episodes 1 and 2 of Daima yet? If so, thoughts as well on the new opening and outro titles. I saw the first 2. I love them. It's the best Dragon Ball show ever.
It's great. I love it's. Just, I my Dragon Ball, like OG Dragon Ball is my favorite Dragon Ball series, and it's just giving the same vibes. Plus Sandland also, just giving the same vibe. It's just a joy, joy, and I love yeah, pure Toriyama. I also love I love Jaka-Jan.
I love the animation, and John Jaka-Jan is like has been stuck in my head the whole entire weekend.
Same. Yeah, I know, it's great. Also, I like the scene when Bulma ordered takeout. I question this with my friend. Is she still drinking beer, even though they're telling children?
Bulma's like, inside, I'm 40.
I'm a 40-year-old woman. I'm gonna drink my beer.
Yep.
Seeing Mr. Popo without the turban.
It was so weird. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, that's what his head looks like.
I also like to think like Goten and Trunks works like Rugrats logic, where no one can.
Yeah. I was just gonna bring that up.
Only they can understand each other, but not everybody else.
Yep.
I've been trying to figure out, is that a result of fusion, or are they just like sharing a brain
cell? Because of fusion, or it's Rugrats logic, or only babies can understand babies scenario.
Maybe. I've loved it so far. I can't wait to see more. The English dub should be out next month because they're doing a theater screening of the first 3 dubbed, and then it should be on the stuff later.
I do love Roshi just have the power pole as a clothes hanger all this time.
I know, that was pretty great.
Oh, and the best one is like, hey, for my second wish, nah, man. Only regular customers get 3 wishes.
That's a regular's bonus. I don't know you.
I love that.
If you haven't checked out Daima yet, I recommend it. Mr. Tanuki says, still working through Z, but I'm tempted to start Daima. Have you seen Z before? Because if you've seen Z before, by all means, start Daima. If you haven't, I would say finish up Z.
Because Daima does rely
really well.
Daima does build upon stuff that Z bring up, especially that.
The first episode was kind of like
recap. Yeah,
the new characters recapping the Buu saga. So
and it was awesome.
It was great.
It looks so gorgeous.
I told Soundout earlier that the guy who did that has publicly said he wants to remake at least DBZ.
Mm.
And
I would
I'm
like to
just
see
saying,
a remake.
let him
point.
cook.
Let him cook.
Right?
Yeah. If we could get it, because like, I would really like. I would like to see a remake because I think that if Dragon Ball could be presented as one show for the entire original story for once, that would be I think, so beneficial to everything because it's just like I can't believe how many people just skip Dragon Ball and jump.
I never liked Viz split Z and Dragon Ball to two separate manga series. I never liked that. Oh, one manga series.
I hate that they did it worse to Yu-Gi-Oh too.
They did it really?
Oh my goodness! Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh got split in 3.
Yep.
Because I know. Well, wait, because it's original Yu-Gi-Oh.
The first 7 are the pre-Duelist Kingdom things. Then Volume 8 is now Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Volume 1, and that goes for 16 volumes until the end of Battle City. And then the Millennium World arc is a separate manga listing. Like they restart the manga again for Millennium World. I guess to like I guess they're like, oh well, this is after the filler in the anime. I'm like, it kind of retroactively worked when Yu-Gi-Oh! R existed because you could just like slip it between Duelist and Millennium World, but it's also just like, why didn't you just print the damn manga the way it should be? I'm so glad they didn't do that to Naruto. I was like,
Naruto Shippuden was a separate manga.
They just made the spines black instead, which I thought was better because it still was part 1, part 2, but.
So what you're saying about Yu-Gi-Oh is so true because I'm using my anime list to try and remember where I read in Yu-Gi-Oh, but they still have it as the regular single work it is.
Yeah.
But because it's split up, I don't know where I am. I'm like, what volume am I on?
Yeah, what chapter number am I on?
because I'm in Duelist now, and I'm like, wait, I'm on volume 1 of Duelist, but I'm actually chapter something. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, because it's like with Duelist, you have to add 7 to every number, and then with Millennium World, you have to add 24 to every number.
It's even weirder if you go by. Like if you watch the anime, you can jump here. You can't. All the other mangas out there, the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, the Yu-Gi-Oh anime are 2 separate things.
Yeah,
because there's too many changes.
So different
between the two. There are too many changes to the two that you can't just. You could jump from the anime to the manga. No, you can't.
Yeah,
it's too many things change.
At least with Dragon Ball, it had a huge time skip, so like you could theoretically jump in at 17. But still. Anyways, one day maybe they'll. I also want them to retranslate the Dragon Ball manga because the translation.
Yes. Oh my goodness!
Is not only terrible, it was done by a guy who was arrested for things I can't say on stream without being demonetized.
You guys don't like Vegeta Rot?
Oh, that's not even at least my problem. My biggest problem is the fact
that Piccolo.
My bigger problem outside of the translation. Or outside of the weird name stuff is the person that did the translation.
Yep.
They took his name off the volumes, but like they kept his translation, and I think Dragon Ball deserves better to have a translation made by a criminal.
Well, I mean, he got arrested how long ago? So I don't think unless there's no way they could just retranslate.
2018.
Oh, 2018. Never mind. Then I thought he got arrested recently.
Nope, 2018. And I've been looking at my Barnes & Noble because they have multiple different printings of stuff, and it's like before 2018, his name was on it. After 2018, they took his name off of it, but they did not change the translation. It is still the same, and it's not that any of his it's not that the stuff that he was arrested for is really made it into the translation, but I just think that Dragon Ball deserves better than to have a translation done by a guy who got arrested for things I'm not allowed to talk about without getting demonetized.
Well, there's one thing Dragon Ball fan,
and it's not that accurate, anyways.
Exactly.
Look, there's one thing about Dragon Ball fans that is sadly known is that they can move on from previous things, even if the previous thing is done bad things. certain character voice actor.
But the thing is, I think that because the translation is bad, and if we got a good translation instead, I think people would be like open to it. And also, it's Dragon Ball; it would sell. Like a retranslation, especially if we could get something like where it's the entire series in one go. That's not like Bible paper the way that the 3-in-1s are. I don't know. Maybe do another shot at the color versions.
Oh, yeah, because they never finished those, right?
No, the entire
it was so fun.
All 42 volumes of Dragon Ball have digital color versions from Shueisha.
It is so funny when I was I'm reading Bleach and they advertise the color editions on the back on such on Bleach. I mean, speaking of,
What they ended up doing is they only did 8 volumes. It was the Saiyan and the Frieza sagas, and then they stopped. What I would recommend, and I don't know if Viz is listening, but please, if you are, this is what I recommend. You start from the beginning, you do the 42 volumes, do the color editions, new translation, uncensored, and it will sell. I guarantee that it will sell. Because I would buy it all over again if it was done.
That's my biggest issue with Viz is with their manga. When there's something color in the manga, it's black and white because in Bleach Volume 19.
That's not just a Viz problem. I've had that with several publishers.
With other manga.
Yeah,
but I love it. Like, I see the first because the beginning of Bleach has a little blur from Taikubo. And he goes full color. We have a whole chapter in full color. Note: page 67, 86 are full color in the Japanese graphic novel. I hate that because the worst part when they turn a color artwork into black and white, it looks awful.
It does
because
it's
the contrast
out pretty bad.
Watch on the contrast. So like Ichiko's getting activating his Bankai for the first time just looks so bad reading it. It's like, oh my god, come on.
Anyways, it's time to move on to the news. We've been going on about look what Dragon Ball does to us, guys.
Well, special.
All right, let's get on to the news.
You two do have that Latino blood in you.
It is true.
Yep.
Blu-ray news. Here we go. So, Ultraman Blazar's Blu-ray's been delayed from October 29th to November 26th. Mill Creek said this was to address a quality control issue. So that's pretty nice.
I'm curious what that means. Is either the disc, something happened to the disc, or something happened to the video files, or something like that.
Whatever it is, I'm glad they're not just like, well, people buy it anyways.
Release it.
Gritman. The Ultraman with its left-aligned subtitles. Yeah, that's right, Kaiji 954. I have the Viz Bigs. I've been collecting the Viz Bigs because they at least have some.
The Viz Bigs are nice quality.
I get the Viz Bigs because it's the best presentation of the artwork for Dragon Ball. All right, next up. If you've been waiting to buy Naruto on Blu-ray, there is a complete series box set coming out, which will be the original series, all 8 volumes, plus a little booklet of mostly reused artwork you've seen on packaging for a bunch of things, and a sticker pack, including a sticker that's just the Viz logo. Currently, this is priced at $250 everywhere I've looked, which is a lot more than what it would cost to just buy the 8 volumes individually. But the options are out there.
So it's not a deal. So it's not really a good deal.
Because these sets usually sell for about $35 a piece, and you can get them as low as $20 to $25. So $250 is a little much for.
I mean, it's also frustrating because if you don't want any of the, you're pretty much forced to buy that half a filler chunk.
Pretty much.
Because what? It's which set has up to Sasuke retrieval arc?
I think it's 6. I think 6 is the last of the Sasuke retrieval, and 7 and 8 is mostly filler, except for that last part of the last episode.
Yeah, the chunk of filler that everyone froze out.
The covers connect, so if you want the connecting covers,
true.
Plus Volume 8 came with the poster of the connecting covers for 5 through 8, so. That's how they're going to get me to buy all of Shippuden, is those covers. Because unlike the artwork on the box, which is pretty much just your standard promo art, the covers of the Blu-ray was new art by Studio Pero done for the Blu-ray. So, and it's cool for the Shippuden ones. They have these cards and they're making like a puzzle picture. It's really awesome. Okay, next up, Transformers 1 is hitting digital tomorrow, and 4K Blu-ray and DVD on December 17th. The way this is going to be working, for those unaware, is that there's 3 releases for the movie. There's the DVD, there's a 4K Blu-ray combo pack, and there's a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. There is no standard standalone Blu-ray. Why that is, I don't know. It's something Paramount's been doing lately, but I just want to let people know, if you want the Blu-ray, you're going to have to buy the 4K Blu-ray combo.
It's so baffling how many used to have to force a DVD combo pack. Is it like at Walmart today?
You don't have to own a DVD. It's only 4K and Blu-ray. There's no DVD in that. It's just you either get 4K and Blu-ray or you get DVD. Those are your two options. And then they also have a steelbook that looks like a steelbook.
So no
nice.
sole Blu-ray release. Okay.
No solo Blu-ray release. But there's also not a set that's requiring you to get a DVD. So
because it was baffling when I went to Walmart. I saw that Crunchy released a complete season set of My Hero Season 5, which is which is like for $35, which is actually like a pretty great price for a whole 25 episode anime. But it was a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. That's actually been a thing. That's been a thing since the Funimation days, though. It's not just a Crunchy thing.
I know, but it's just like I mean, it's like
all the One Piece collections are still Blu-ray DVD combo packs.
It's like it's one of the things where like at that point with that price, the DVDs are free, pretty much. But so it's like, huh?
Still takes up shelf space. Still takes up shelf space, but Falcon 6 says the physical release way after digital. Yeah, it's kind of typical for Paramount. They'll do it like 2 months after the digital. They'll put the physical, whereas like Warner Brothers will be like a month. Like Beetlejuice is out. Beetlejuice is out on November 19th. When it had just hit digital like last week. So that's just how the industry's weird. Next up, we have the Criterion January releases. Winchester 73 is coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. That is a new 4K restoration by Universal Pictures. This was a Jimmy Stewart movie. It was a Western. And then there is The Grifters on 4K and also on Blu-ray. Yojimbo and Sanjuro will be a combo on 4K. And then Yojimbo and Sanjuro will be separate releases on Blu-ray. Which is
I thought you were gonna say Yo Son Goku and Friends Return for a split second.
Yeah. No, these are both Kurosawa films. The next movie, I don't think I can say this title on stream. Yeah, so that's coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. You all just can read that one. I'm not risking it. We're too early into the stream to be saying stuff like that. And then JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. Not a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure spinoff. It is a Richard Pryor movie.
Whenever there's a thing we can't say, there should be like a bar of soap nearby. We had to
need a little graphic that's just like. And here's the thing we're not allowed to say. Anyways, there we go. Next up, that's it for the Blu-ray news. Entertainment news. Transformers Earthspark Season 3, which is really just the last 8 episodes of Season 2, will be premiering Friday? October 25th. That's Friday, right?
That's right. I know that because that's the same day. If you don't buy the
Shadow Generation
comes. God, I want that game. God, can it be Tuesday now already?
Did you see people mad that IGN gave Shadow Generations a 9 when they only gave Sparking 0?
No, people were happy. People were happy.
Oh no, I saw Dragon Ball fans that were big mad about it.
Oh, okay, Dragon Ball fans. Okay, but
I was just like, dang, IGN giving a Sonic game something above a 7? That is newsworthy.
I know, but it's one of these where you it's the sad thing where you kind of know when a show's kind of on its last water, where you're maybe in the last half of a season, another season, because this happens so many times. It's always depressing.
Also, not for the fact that like Hasbro said absolutely nothing about it all weekend during New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of, say goodbye to Moon Girl Tells Answer, guys.
Well, we knew that back in February. It was
I know, but
it's just confirmation, but like,
I mean, I'm more frustrated we don't get a release date for the second half of Season 2 at the very least.
Yeah,
as well.
I've heard Black History Month is they're going to release it in February for Black History Month.
I'm not sure that's insulting or not, honestly.
If you talk to people in ethnic minority circles, it is insulting when they make you wait for the things involving the characters of color till the pre-designated month or day. I don't know. I'm just talking about how we had to wait till Hispanic Heritage Month to get a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider comic for the second year in a row. Anyways,
or all LGBT, or the classic July, everybody gets the rainbows out, and that's the only time where they support the LGBT.
In June.
Yep. Scenario.
What were you gonna say, Kels? I heard you pipe up.
No, when you mentioned Robbie Reyes, Latinx, I was thinking that's when they remember us, and then we're back in the.
Yep.
It doesn't help too that Hispanic Heritage Month starts in the middle of September and goes to the middle of October, because when October starts, everyone just forgets that it's still Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But hey, at least Linnell and Devil made an appearance in that new Lego Marvel special.
That new Lego Marvel special was great. Anyways, Earthspark is happening. All right, moving on. Digimon Adventure Beyond PV has been announced. This is going to be a music video coming out in March during Digimon Con. Also, Digimon Con is in March. Don't expect too much from it. Kakudo's back. Kakudo was the director for the original Digimon Adventure and 02. He dipped during Try. But he's back to direct this, and it will feature Taichi and Yamato as adults. I know this sounds incredibly, like, just samey, but I have a feeling this music video is going to solve the plot hole.
Of the Agumon and Gabumon disappearing but coming back for the 02
yeah,
epilogue.
Exactly. Because, like, Agumon Gabumon disappeared at the end of Last Evolution Keys. No, sorry for spoilers. It's been 4 years. Come on. But they disappeared at the end of that. But they're in the epilogue, which is still canon, and that 02 the beginning very much made sure is still canon. So I think this is the music video is going to be like, and here's the last piece of the anniversary, and it's going to fill in the last plot detail.
At least it's just a music video. If it was another movie or whatever, I'll be just like,
yeah,
pretty much.
I'm fine with it being a music video. It's going to be like 5 minutes, and it may solve our plot hole problem, and maybe we can move on.
Yeah, but God,
I don't expect it to be as good as Studio Trigger's Transformers short, but it's going to be in that same vein where it's more music video with new animation than like anything more than that.
Yeah,
but I'm excited. It's going to have Braveheart playing instead of Butterfly, so that's nice.
Remember when we thought we were in a good era for Digimon? Now we're kind of.
It's and then still Bamco better. Decided, no, you aren't. Bye. And
it's still better than previous years of nothingness. We're still
at least we got the card game in Liberator.
Yeah,
we don't have
we
nothing.
Still got stuff.
It's just if you're not into the card game or Liberator, you got nothing.
Yeah,
I like Liberator, but I'm like 7 chapters behind.
Whatever happened to that Ghost Game dub?
Whatever happened to Ghost Game even getting a DVD in Japan?
I know, right?
Yeah. Also, I saw there was news of Bandai doing layoffs, and people were like, "Oh no, the Digimon game is dead." I'm like, "No, the Digimon game is dead before that because that was layoffs at a different studio, not the studio that was developing the Digimon game."
Yeah, that's a separate thing. That was a whole separate thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the layoffs I don't think affect the Digimon game as much as the producer of Digimon games leaving Bandai.
What are you saying, Cass?
I just have a phrase I want to say. Seeing Digimon Adventure Beyond, and that's Digimon Adventure Beyond the Time.
So. I will recut it to Beyond the Time if it fits when it comes out.
Bonds Beyond Time?
No, just Gundam Beyond the Time.
Special guest band TM Network.
Andrea said, "Hey, Gridman music video is actually good and has a new story at least." Yeah, it's gonna be in that vein. Dustin Simeo says, "Can we please focus on another series like Frontier or Sabers or anything?" Apparently not.
We were. Top.
And
speaking of Gridman, someone saw that Crunchy had like a whole like Tokusatsu like anime section, and it's just so funny seeing the two Gridman anime. It's like, hey, Crunchy, you know there's a third part that chilled you, right? Hey, you soon get to release.
Yep,
that's true.
I will also say that I am like slightly worried that we got the Digivice Color, and I like it, but it came out like 3 months ago, and there hasn't been an announcement of another Digivice. They had been on a roll that like they'll announce one when the newest one comes out, right? Like one comes out, one gets announced, but now we're 3 months out, and I'm just like, oh no.
What's that video, by the way?
I have gotten tired of doing. I've gotten tired of doing this for hours. I got real tired, and I had Sparking Zero to play instead of doing this for hours. There's a lot in this thing. I need. Oh, that's a good point, Muteki. The second batches haven't arrived yet. But I need to review it. It's much easier to review in SCSA because all the things are unlocked from the start. Whereas, like with this, I have to play through it and unlock it. And I like the Digivice game. I just don't like playing it for 10 hours straight. Does that make sense? Anyways.
Oh yeah, watch this work.
I know. I think also before we get to New York Comic Con news, I put a little button up here. When it's New York Comic Con news, I'll put the button up. Because I was working on the Ninja Turtles viewing guide, the Metal Hero viewing guide, the Transformers viewing guide, the next Sentai showcase, and I went to like the Halloween stuff. Hey, AR, I've also just been working on video stuff a lot. And
I'm surprised. You know what you should have done? I thought you didn't bring your Digivice with you during Halloween, your Disney Halloween, so you can't.
So I thought about doing that, but here's the problem. The clip on this is so tight that I was walking around with it in my house and it just popped off my belt.
Oh dear.
And I was like, I'm not losing this $125 Digivice in a theme park.
Well, you can't just put it in your pocket?
I could, but then it'll bash into my phone and stuff because my phone's all big. I don't
this
have
is why
space.
and that's why I always wear cargo pants.
Yeah, it just, and also it was like on top of trying to film stuff at the park, I had to be on my phone a lot at the park to like track all the line stuff and everything and tickets and all. It was just like, I don't know. It was just another stage of things to do. The real solution is I just need to walk more in general and then try to keep it on me. But the annoying part too is the battles, because there's multiple different battles. You can't just like activate a battle and then just push a button and then you're good. Like you have to constantly push a button or constantly shake it or constantly put a button combo in. Like it's a lot more engaging than the old games, but that means you have to be more active with it. You can't be as passive as the old Digivices. Does that make sense? It's also not like the Vital Bracelet where it's like battle, click, and then it just does it on its own.
It's actual, because it's an actual video game.
It's an actual engaging video game. All right, let's get back to the news. New York Comic Con, there was a Marvel Comics panel called Marvel Fanfare, and it got crashed by, there's not a picture of it. It got crashed by Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. They made a surprise appearance. And so we got some confirmed details of Daredevil Born Again.
We're not gonna bring it up, but apparently, do you heard the Spider-Man Q&A was super awkward? Apparently, I didn't read it.
Yes, it was, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't have a segment for spilling tea, but that would be the segment. Anyways, there was a couple details confirmed about the Daredevil Born Again series. It's confirmed TVMA. First of all.
Oh wow.
Second of all, it will be 9 episodes, and third of all, it's going to air March 4th. So we even have like a date. No public trailer yet, though. They showed the same trailer from D23.
For some reason,
I'll
like this show already.
I know, right? The show's trending, and it's not even got the trailer publicly out there, and I've seen so many cam rips of it, and I'm like, Disney, just release it. But I think they're waiting till Agatha's over, and then they'll release the trailer. As like and here's the next thing.
And this is not insult Agatha at all, but like, look, I think people I don't think people want to wait until Agatha's over.
But Agatha's over in like a week. Like they're airing the last 2 air the day before Halloween, so it's not like we're that far out, but it is kind of ridiculous. They did also confirm Muse was in the show because they did some different shots, so now we know Muse is there, and that's cool because Muse is an interesting villain. And also probably the reason why it's confirmed TVMA. Anyways, that's the Daredevil thing. Disney had showed way too many trailers at D23, and I look at all of them and I'm like, there's no reason you couldn't just release these to the public. Like, I don't exactly know what they're doing over there. It's like what's that meme of like the cat standing up and looking over at the pile of snow? It's just like, what's going on over there? That's me. That's me looking at Disney's marketing team.
I'd be the pizza guy instead of going to the flame room.
Yeah. That's a good question. Mr. Yuki said the question will be TVMA like the Defenders or like Echo. I think more like the Defenders because they've been talking, and I mean, talk is one thing, but they've been talking about
talk is cheap.
Yeah, they're like, it's so violent, and I'm like, yeah, I remember when Thor: Love and Thunder was so gay. But anyway, I don't take any comments with any salt to them, but because they shot the show after Disney Plus had a mature rating setting, I feel like it's actually going to do it, because a lot of the extra violence in Echo was like, we shot this to see if they'll let us get away with it, and also we added the blood in post. So I think it's going to be more MA, because I think they shot it with the intention of, oh, we can do MA now. whereas like Echo was like, can we do MA? So I think that'll be interesting. We'll see when it comes out. The trailers, from what I can tell from the camera footage I keep watching, because what I all just said, it seems to be more Defenders MA than Echo MA, but we shall see in the final result when it airs in March. You guys ready for some comic book news?
Yeah, who knew that Comic-Con
means Comic-Con means comic news.
Yeah. Just like San Diego, there was just a stack of news. So, first things first, Dynamite, continuing their Warner Brothers licensing binge, has a new Herculoids comic coming out in February.
Oh,
wow. I'm not super familiar with Herculoids.
I grew up watching them.
I always get Herculoids confused with humanoids.
Oh,
that's fair.
It was pretty different.
Very different, similar names.
I know. Was it Gleep over there? And yeah, I used to watch crap out of Herculoids.
Yeah. This seems like it's going to be kind of like
the way more epic though.
Oh, definitely. I've been enjoying Space Ghost and Johnny Quest a whole lot, so this looks like it's kind of in line with those. The Johnny Quest comic is great, by the way. I was not like a huge Johnny Quest guy. Like I've seen it, but like I wasn't like huge into Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
But my mom saw the ad for Johnny Quest and was like, "Are you gonna get Johnny Quest?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I picked it up and we've been reading it. And it's just like it's crazy because what they did with Johnny Quest is they made it a time travel story where it's like it's the same characters from the TV show, but they're brought into present day and they're seeing where all of their lives had ended up.
Isn't the Space Ghost comic like that also?
The Space Ghost comic is different. The Space Ghost comic is set in a contemporary setting, and it's definitely like Space Ghost is more like here's your like edgier Space Ghost. It works for Space Ghost, but the Johnny Quest characters have like the G. Willikerness of like the 60s, but they're in like present day where everything's depressing. So it's really, really fun.
That's funny.
It's really fun because it's literally them from the old cartoon. It's
Word
not a
from the
reinterpretation. It's just literally them, and then they get dropped into present day, and they find Johnny in the present day, and he's just like, everything went to shit. How are you guys doing?
We're from the year 2003.
Yeah.
Well, looking at your
calendar. SJ4 Jason, the Space Ghost comic doesn't reference Coast to Coast at all because it's going straight serious.
It's original superhero. Superhero. If they do Harvey Birdman, it's probably gonna be a similar thing. If they do Harvey Birdman,
yeah, it probably would just be Birdman instead of Harvey Birdman. Yeah.
Was there any updates on the Ben 10 comic they're doing? Or
not yet. It hasn't been officially announced.
I'm keeping my eyes out for that one.
The thing with
Birdman!
The fun part about the Space Ghost comic is both kids already have PTSD, and we're only 6 issues in.
That reminds me of the gag in the Brand the Bold Space Ghost intro about their psychics.
All right, next up, Silverhawks is coming to Dynamite.
Wow.
This will be a new series. It's going to be, let's see, who's writing it? I forgot already. Ed Brisson's writing, and George Cambatis is going to be doing art. And this is confirmed to be in the same universe as the Dynamite Thundercats comic.
Are you going to be cautious? I know you're not a big fan of the
Dynamite Thundercats comic finally got me on board with issue 8.
Oh, finally?
That took most of the year, but they introduced a brand new character that wasn't just copying something from one of the 2 TV shows in issue 8, and I'm like, oh, now I'm interested. And they're doing a one-shot for the new character. It's written by Ed Brisson, who is going to expand on that character, and then he's going to go jump and do Silverhawks. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'm interested.
Soundout 2 TV shows. What are you talking about? There's never a third TV show.
Okay, so to be fair, if Roar did anything new, which I don't think it did, I didn't watch past the first 2 episodes. So if they pulled something from Roar, I wouldn't know. Anyways, this looks rad. I think Silverhawks, because unlike Thundercats, Silverhawks has not had pretty much anything else going on. The only thing we got was like 6 issues of Star Comics back when the show was airing. So I'm kind of like on board with like, let's do a Silverhawks. We haven't, because with Thundercats, we had the original show, we had the 2011 show, we had Roar, we had the Wildstorm comic. We don't talk about the Wildstorm comic. And then we had this new Dynamite comic, whereas Silverhawks hasn't had anything since the show ended. So I'm on board.
And Tiger Sharks.
Can't wait for the Street Sharks and the Inhumanoids and
I was gonna say
the Centurion.
Kaus mentioned Tiger Sharks. I think that'd be a great way if Tiger Sharks could launch their comic when Super 7's going to do their Tiger Sharks figures. I think those figures might actually sell.
Silverhawks is owned by WB also, right?
Yes, they're all owned by WB through their ownership of Rankin Boss.
Who made Insectoids?
Sectars.
Sectars, yeah. Who made Sectars? Is that also Rankin Bass? Is that okay? I wasn't sure if that was Rankin Bass.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, I'm more excited for the Silverhawks comic than the Thundercats, just because there's less been done.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
Legit. I still have my own VHS of that.
Also, very Alex Ross coded cover there.
Oh yeah, the J Lee cover. Yeah, it's very Alex Ross coded. Hey, Spin Dash, welcome. All right, moving on. IDW revealed their new logo.
I love
to the response from many of what the hell is this?
Like it's kind of funny.
I know what they're trying to make, but it's not.
It's too high concept.
Yeah. No. It's kind of funny where everybody else is going too simplistic and people don't people are hating that. This is where you go a little too abstract. It's kind of hard to read.
I know it's supposed to be IDW, so I see I.
Yeah,
D,
I see the W
and W.
Yeah, but
if I didn't know that's what the company's name was, it would look like LD, ID.
Yeah.
Like H. Is it H Comics and Entertainment?
Yeah, exactly. As a graphic designer, like actual, like
I think the logo works. I think the logo,
and yet they won't hire me.
I think the logo works better for a superhero like symbol than a comic company symbol.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what it reminds me of is DC when they did the new 52.
Oh yeah,
and they had the page flip logo, and it's like, but you know what they did? You know what they did that was smart, right? If you saw this logo, if you didn't have the text, right, you'd be like, what the heck is that, right? But they put DC Comics text right
underneath it.
So you know what it is. Whereas with the IDW logo, they just put Comics and Entertainment, which, by the way, I guess congratulations on the rebrand. They should have put, if they put IDW underneath it, the logo would work better. But as is, it's like, if you don't know that's IDW's logo, it's not going to work. And I've not seen any positive take on it besides it works in an abstract format, but as a logo for a company, I think it's absolutely awful. It breaks the rule number 1 of logo design. Make it readable.
Yeah, so you turn your head, it looks like an E.
Yeah, it totally does. Or a giant flying boomerang.
Hello. So Lord Ned? No, it's a city.
All right. So speaking of that, IDW is going to have a new imprint called IDW Dark, which is a horror imprint. Read here as ID Dark. See, this logo does not work when you slap another word in it. UD, that's another way to read it. But they did announce some new Godzilla comics. Godzilla Heist, which is a one-shot about a man who tries to figure out how to lure Godzilla from city to city so he can rob the banks while Godzilla is destroying the city. That actually sounds
Here, Godzilla,
cool.
Here's a piece of cheese. Catch it.
He's like the monorail guy from Simpsons, except with Godzilla.
Mono.
Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, is going to be I think it's a one-shot as well, about Mothra. She dies 2 pages in, spoilers. So that is an issue they have to deal with, says editor Jake Williams.
So it's accurate to the films.
Yes.
You mean it's a Yu Yu Hakusho story about Mothra? Where we get to see Mothra's afterlife adventures, try to get her body back.
God, I would love it if that's what that was. That'd be so good.
The rebirth from Mothra.
Moo Hakusho. And then Godzilla versus America. For each issue showcases a new city. It's an anthology. Each city showcases a new city. 4 10-page stories by comic creators from or living in the titular city.
There's so many jokes you can make of Gods vs. America, but I think we'll get the stream demonetized when we do that.
Yeah. Apparently, Chicago and New York are the first two cities he's going against. I doubt they're going to hit my state because who lives here?
Dum Dum Dugan will appear, but he won't be called Dum Dugan because of copyright. But but obviously Dum Dugan.
That'd be great. I got my Godzilla omnibus in, and I want to read it, but I'm trying to finish my. I have backlog. I'm trying to systematically work through my backlog. All right. Next up, in the world of Dark Horse comics, Mike Mignola's Frankenstein series is continuing. Let me explain. So Mike Mignola wrote Frankenstein. God, what was it called? It was the recent one was New World. The first Frankenstein series, I think it was just called Frankenstein. It was just like his version of Frankenstein in the Hellboy universe. And it was really cool. And then there was a sequel, but Mike Mignola had a falling out with the artist, and so it was canceled and then considered non-canon. Then, 12 some odd years later, he does Frankenstein New World, which was sort of like a soft reboot, but was a continuation of Frankenstein. And then now it's been several years since then, and we're finally getting Frankenstein New World: The Sea of Forever next year, which is continuing that. So we finally have an official third volume of the Frankenstein series, and I'm excited because I really like this version of Frankenstein. So, I just wanted to talk about it because I wanted to talk about it. But yeah, looking forward to that. They'll probably picking up in trade because Dark Horse's prices does not incentivize me to buy singles and trades. It's what ends up usually happening is that Dark Horse will charge $4 to $5 an issue, and then $20 for the trade of 4 issues. So it's like, well, I'm not really saving any money by buying the singles, or not really saving any money buying the trade, so I might as well just buy the trade. Also, their trade collections can be weird sometimes, and it's like if you're trying to collect single and trade, you have to stick to one lane with Dark Horse, and I'm just sticking to the trade lane. All right, Marvel Comics time. So Marvel saw DC Compact and said, we can do that too, except worse. Marvel Premiere Collection. So these are going to be smaller sized volumes that are entry points, the way that DC Compact Comics is.
Also, I'll say the name of them are kind of like catchy as DC Compact.
Yeah, Marvel Premiere Collection. Also, these covers are atrocious. Here you can see the first one here is Daredevil Born Again. I wonder why that's one they chose. Not like a show we just talked about. This will contain issues 226 to 233 of Daredevil. It will be coming out February 4th, and it will be $15. Yep, they missed the entire point of Compact Comics and why they're selling.
That's the price of a single trade sometimes.
The reason Compact Comics has sold well is twofold. One, they're $10, and they contain like 12 issues in them.
There's a reason why they're put with the manga half the time.
Yes, they contain 12 issues worth. They're $10, and they're cheaper than manga because Viz just raised manga prices to $11.99 a volume a couple months ago. So $10 means cheaper than manga. 15, and it contains 5 issues, means it's a standard trade. It's not.
Wait, it's only 5 issues.
Wait, hold on. Let me do the math. It's 7. It's 7 issues. 8 issues.
Okay.
8. It's 8 for Daredevil. 8 issues, and it's 15. That's the price of a normal trade. You're not saving any money. You're not making it more accessible, and these covers are terrible. God, it's funny because this comment comes up a lot. It's like Marvel looks at what DC's doing right and says, we can do that worse and more expensive. Not beating the allegation here. The next one is Black Panther: A Nation Under Our Feet by Tanahashi Coates. I will say, without getting into it, Tanahashi Coates has said some stuff lately that doesn't make me want to buy books by Tanahashi Coates anymore. So, really awkward timing.
Question, racist stuff or politically incorrect stuff?
You would not believe the stuff that's coming out of the mouth of a black man. Let's just leave it at that. But we'll leave it at that because I don't want to get into it. It's also not really my place to judge. I just don't want to buy any books from him anymore. Anyways, this is issues 1 through 12 of Black Panther for $15. So this is actually like value-wise on brand with Compact Comics, except now it's still $5 more than Compact Comics. So, there's that. Captain America Winter Soldier, also a pretty good pick, also because of the Thunderbolts movie having Bucky. This has Captain America 1 through 9 and 11 through 14, so it's 13 issues, and is $15. And then the one that I absolutely do not understand. I understand why you'd put a Fantastic Four comic in the lineup. Fantastic Four Solve Everything by Jonathan Hickman and Dale Eaglesham contains material from Fantastic Four 570 to 588. Material from. This is an abridged version of these issues. And I went looking through these issues to figure out what they could abridge, and I only just assumed they took out the B plots.
So a bridge? Wait, what?
Yes, it only is material from 570 to 588.
Wait, so can you explain? So are there people? Is it like they're taking
They're not
chunks out
full
of the
issues.
comic? What?
They're not full issues. It is parts of 570 to 588.
What?
They have completely missed the appeal of compact comics.
Then what's the point of getting this then?
I have no idea.
Half the story. If you're only getting half the story, what? Also, as my friends point out, no Spider-Man? Like,
yeah. Kraven's Last Hunt would fit the page count requirements pretty easily.
Yeah, they say the same thing also.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, I need to check something about this cover because I just remembered something. I love that cover. It's like one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers. But I'm having like I need to confirm this before I say anything because I may be completely wrong about this. Holy shit. I was right. Never mind. Yeah, so the cover of that comic is not from any of the issues in the book.
wait.
It's not at all. It is from when they brought the Fantastic Four back after something happened, and then somebody came back from the dead, and then they rebranded it. It's from that era, which means this doesn't. It's actually now I'm having trouble even finding it. No, it was a trade cover. It's a cover from a trade, but the wrong trade.
Oh, oh man,
guys, there was potential here. There was potential, but they missed the mark.
Really
also,
missed the mark.
These 4 picks were just like, let's just chase MCU synergy and not let's make.
Which to be fair, that is fair.
That is fair, but they've been doing that with the Saga collections, where they do those like collections of characters like right before their MCU project comes out. Which were always like $40 to $45, which was just like you're not gonna get people in with those. Yeah, no, but like we said, it's just the price of a normal trade, so you're not there's not the value here the way that there is for compact, except for Winter Soldier. I think Winter Soldier actually has some value. That's actually a pretty good deal, 15 for all that. But compared to a compact, it's not. Moving on. All right, there is going to be a timeless one shot. We thought it was going to be that time slide one shot with Bishop and Cable, but there is going to be a timeless one shot. It's just going to be in January, I think, starring Luke Cage in the future, where he's got a beard. And he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, I think.
AK, the coolest AK. He is the man now.
He is. He is the best, guys. If anybody hates Luke Cage, I gotta ask questions. It's a red flag. Now, he's not even saying he has to be your favorite character, but if you hate him, I got questions. Right, Cass?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about something cool. Ultimate Wolverine.
Oh man, I want. This was so cool. But I want to hear your thoughts on this because you're the Wolverine guy.
I am. Welcome, MJ Klein. I hope you enjoyed your Krabby Patty meal. We're mostly in comic news still. So, Ultimate Wolverine is going to be the next Ultimate Universe title. So, this will be debuting in January, and it's going to be Chris Condon and Alessandro Cappuccio. Now, Alessandro Cappuccio did Jed McKay's Moon Knight. And I'm looking at my omnibus I bought specifically because of Alessandro Cappuccio's art that I'm like, yeah, let me go. Let's do this. So, you may notice on the design for Wolverine here that he has a star on his chest, a red star, right?
Which, by the way, red and black looks really nice on Logan.
So good. There was another Wolverine costume that was red and black that he didn't wear long enough, and I'm just like, where this? Oh, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, but I was saying isn't that Age of Apocalypse?
So Wolverine in the Ultimate Universe is the Maker's ultimate weapon. He is the Winter Soldier. Because
so cool.
Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red are on the Maker's Council in this universe, and they're in charge of like what was Russia. So their secret weapon to launch at things is the Wolverine, who is under the brainwashing control, which is perfect mirror to the Weapon X program. It also makes total sense that their secret weapon would be the unstoppable killing machine guy. And it just is rad as hell. And he will be debuting in the Ultimate Universe 1 year in one shot that's coming out in
also,
December.
Logan with like the Winter Soldier mask is so cool looking.
Isn't it? Isn't it like you want a toy of it right now?
I know, right? I mean, that's all. If Legends started making stuff from Ultimate, is it 6160? There goes my wallet.
Yep. I mean, it should just be a wave at this point, right?
Yeah, it's one of the things where I'm curious because in the Ultimate
Universe real quick,
one
Mr.
shot,
Tanuki, it is Logan as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but what I find interesting is in the Ultimate Universe one shot, there was a skeleton. Did it say Weapon X or Wolverine? There was a cool looking.
There was a Wolverine skeleton in that, yeah.
Skeleton in there. So I'm curious if that's related or that was like a fake out that because then it's kind of like the troll people or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm kind of wondering too because that was something I was thinking about, and I also thought about. I was like, what if that's how they keep him until they need him? Like they've frozen his healing factor.
I have my own personal headcanon. My headcanon says theory for the Ultimate Universe stuff. How they can do. What if in this universe Logan's the clone and Laura is like the original and she's part of Peach Momoko's X-Men as their Wolverine,
that
like their
cool.
equivalent. Because I feel like Laura would be a great addition to Peach Momoko's X-Men. I
think Laura would be perfect for Peach Momoko's X-Men. And you know what I just thought of too? What if the Wolverine skeleton they found is actually Daken? And it was like a modified Daken skeleton. Guy dies everywhere. No, but yeah, this is rad, and it's just proving how great Ultimate Universe is because it's just been banger after banger after banger, and now we're just like, I'm like, oh, more cake.
Like, I know, right?
I'm so excited. This is fantastic. I got no complaints. Cash, you got any thoughts on Mr. 6160 Wolverine?
I just think he looks dope.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He looks so cool. I like the mask.
He does kind of also look like a future Deadpool and Logan. The more I look at him, so
kind of does, yeah. Oh god, what if imagine he's just like super quippy?
Like the chat even said, Wolverpool.
Yeah, Wolverpool.
Yeah, Winterine. I like Winterine as well.
It makes me think of gum.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's also good. Ultimate Universe is so great, and
I know, right?
And you know what's great too is that like I haven't read it yet, but I heard that Solid and Ahmed's Wolverine comic, like the main Universe Wolverine comic, is also pretty good. So I'm like, we're just eating good.
You're eating good as a Wolverine fan.
We got Solid and Ahmed's Wolverine. We've got Benjamin Pershing doing Hellverine with Daka, and we've got I forgot who was doing Laura's book. Like it's just we're just eating good with Wolverine left and right. I've got Gail Simone writing Wolverine and Uncanny as well. So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Next up, this is interesting. This is not the next event for Marvel, but this is going to be the next era of Marvel. We haven't done this in a while, but the next era of Marvel starting next year is going to be One World Under Doom. And it's been described as something similar to Dark Reign, where it's not an event, but like it affects everybody. And it's like a period of time kind of thing. Which I'm all here for because back-to-back events are exhausting. Let's just have a period of time. And
is it similar to what DC's kind of doing with All In, sort of with the whole Absolute Universe?
Yeah, it's kind of like how DC was doing with All In, with Dawn of DC, with
Absolute Universe.
Not Absolute Universe. All In, Dawn of DC, Infinite Frontier, New 52. Those are all like branding initiatives where everything's branded the same. What Marvel has done in the past is branding initiatives that also are story segments. So, like, Marvel Now was, like, kind of a period of starting. But, Dark Reign was, like...
All new, all different.
All new, all different. Those were, like, branding initiatives. But things like Dark Reign were was like, this is Norman Osborn has taken over the Avengers with the Dark Avengers, and this is the era where that is happening. One World Under Doom is going to be the era where Doctor Doom is Sorcerer Supreme. I guess welcome, Ominder. Mild spoilers for the end of Blood Hunt, if you haven't heard. Doctor Strange, in order to solve the vampire crisis, gave Doom the powers of the Sorcerer Supreme. I'll just tell you how it happened, because it's funny. So Doctor Doom had a spell to get rid of all the vampires and save the world from eternal darkness. And he would not give it to Stephen Strange. And Doom said...
He's that petty.
He's that petty. He's like, give me the powers of the Sorcerer Supreme, and I will give them back when the world is safe. So Stephen Strange didn't look at the fine print on that contract, because Doom said, oh yes, I solved the vampire problem, but the world is not safe yet. And then he leaves.
Yep. Yep.
So, because of that, we're now getting Doctor Doom's now the Sorcerer Supreme. The Rise of Emperor Doom will be a new series. I believe it's a 9-issue series. I think they said it was 9. Let me check. World Over Doom. 5-issue series. 5-issue series by Ryan North, who's the current writer of Fantastic Four, who is going to be the creative lead on this era of Marvel. And this will be explaining how Doom rises to his newfound power.
This is just cake for you. All the cake.
I'm living good right now, guys. They gave me a vampire event that ended with Doctor Doom getting the Sorcerer Supreme powers, and now they're doing a whole Doctor Doom themed event. This totally got greenlit because of MCU synergy, and you know what? This is the good side of it. This sounds awesome. I'm all in for this, because this is just sounding great. You know, like it just sounds like it's something we haven't done before. It doesn't feel like we're repeating something of the past.
He can make all the hit piece videos on every Marvel character now.
He can, yes. I expect that Doctor Doom YouTuber to start wearing the cloak now.
Yes.
Adding to this, so going on, we have some more comic announcements. So Marvel, they're doing something smart here. So DC did this initiative with Webtoon where they are like, here's some new DC comics exclusive to Webtoon. And they were like Wayne Family Adventures and Vixen NYC and stuff. And Marvel's done that with Infinity Comics as part of Marvel Unlimited. But there's now astonishing
DC's
Infinity
not doing it with their own app.
Yeah, it's still in their own app. DC hasn't... I think DC announced they're doing vertical comics now in their app.
Yeah, on their app.
Yeah. But anyways, Marvel has announced Astonishing Avengers, Astonishing Spider-Man, Astonishing X-Men, which are going to be comics on the Marvel Unlimited app. But I think the Spider-Man is available to read free. So that's like a bit of a different path for them to take, is like, you don't need a subscription to read some of these comics. So I think that's cool. They'll be available to readers for free, no login required. You just gotta download the app. And it says for a limited time, so I imagine they're gonna be like, let's just, give you a carrot and see if you follow.
Is that probably how like Viz does, or Switch does the free chapters of manga, where it'll be free for
Webtoon
like a
does
couple.
Too. Not everything on Webtoon is always free. So yeah. I think it's gonna be like that, where it's like, you want to read more, sign up for Marvel Unlimited. The biggest news out of this is the Astonishing X-Men lineup has my boy Skin. So like, hype for Skin. I guess late happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Skin's back.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, may I say that.
Yeah, poor Skin. The reason I've been reading Generation X because of the Epic collections, and like I resonate with them more than like New Mutants or the kids introduced during Grant Morrison's era or whatnot. And the reason why is because they're all freaks. Every single one of them.
And look, it's already better because they're okay Omega.
Exactly. The thing is, I think the Generation X is a little bit overlooked as like a group because everybody's a freak, man. Like Jubilee's the quote unquote normal one, right? Where she's just got like, I do sparkly stuff. Hooray. Whereas like Husk, her whole thing is she has a metallic body with fake skin that she can regenerate. His skin stretches unnaturally, so he can use it effectively, but mostly he just looks gray and blobby half the time. You've got Chamber, who's missing the lower part of his jaw because his chest contains a portal to an alternate dimension that has fire inside of it constantly. So he only can talk telepathically. And then you have Monet, who, while she seems perfect, has a demon inside of her and has had a whole bunch of like crazy shit happen to her. Like everybody on Generation X is a bit of a freak, and I appreciate that because I feel like the They feel like kind of like the weird outset group, and like Jubilee's just like their normal friend, and she's like, life is hard, and Husk is like, I have to keep tearing my skin off because water doesn't work to clean myself. Jubilee's just like, oh, damn, okay. So anyways, shout out Skin. Anyways, moving on. There's a new Star Wars comic announced. This was actually a surprise because Star Wars comics set in the prequel era have been miniseries up to this point. But Star Wars Jedi Knights is going to be an ongoing. And it's going to focus on multiple different Jedi from the prequel era. They said some that we know and some that we don't know. They put Dooku on the cover with a blue lightsaber. Like, sign me the hell up. This is exactly what I've been looking for in Star Wars comics. Mark Guggenheim and Madbek Mushbekov on art. And they have these two variant covers, one of Yoda and one of Stas Ali. Or is it Adi Gardia? One of them. This is like the comic made for people that grew up during the prequel era, like myself, who got invested in the Jedi because they kept putting them on like Go-Gurts and stuff. They had so much merchandise for the Jedi during Attack of the Clones, and then they killed them all in Revenge of the Sith, and I was traumatized.
And then Clone Wars is like, let's give some actual stories to these characters.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to this because, I mean, it looks like it's going to take place prior to Phantom Menace because you got Dooku's here. You got Yaddle, she's not dead yet, and Obi-Wan is here as a Padawan. So I'm like, let's go. I'm in.
Who was your favorite
Kit
of the
Fisto.
Jedi?
Strictly
Mine's always been mine's always been Plo Koon. I always loved Plo Koon.
I saw a tweet. They're like, people that grew up in the 2000s, your favorite Jedi was Kit Fisto or Plo Koon just because of the vibes.
Yeah.
It's true. They had like one episode in Tartakovsky Clone Wars that featured Kit Fisto, and I'm like, he's my favorite now because he swims underwater and he's a cool fish man. And then we actually got stories with him in Clone Wars. Plo Koon is like one of the coolest dudes ever now because of Clone Wars.
Yeah, I know, right?
Pre CG Clone Wars, Plo Koon was just cool guy that brought vibes. They're like, what do you bring to the team? I look cool.
I always love his voice, though. So.
His voice is great. He didn't have a voice until that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Daredevil, the panel that got the panel got crashed by Cox and D'Onofrio was Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, which is going to be written by Charles Soule and art and cover by Steve McNiven. It is your Dark Knight Returns / Old Man Logan type series.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, here's Matt Murdock when he's old and how he still gets on and stuff. And I will probably read it because it's just a 3-issue series, and Charles Soule is writing it, and I think he's an underrated Daredevil writer. So
it's Old Man Daredevil Returns. All right.
Yeah.
Matt, I hope Matt's like the crankiest old geezer ever.
It looks like he's having like an issue with his radar sense picking up too many things. Which I think is kind of an interesting
I always
thing.
imagine old man Matt being like the most crankiest dude ever.
Yeah.
Because of all the stuff he had to do in the past.
He looks pretty cranky. I will definitely be
like even more like as like he's like I always imagine him as cranky as like beyond Bruce, pretty much.
Yeah. McNiven said McNiven actually had an interesting quote here I thought was neat. He said, I started out by going, why are not more people learning from Frank Miller and the storytelling he does? I was inspired in his work on Dark Knight Returns to a certain degree. The structure of the 16-panel grid focuses you to do different storytelling techniques. And I thought that was interesting because people always like look at Frank Miller's like work as like, oh, look at all the grit and gruff of it. But they don't look at like the way he structured panels was really interesting.
Right. It's not like everything he did was garbage or whatever.
Yeah, like it's just after he lost his mind.
Just stay with that part of Frank Miller, not everything else about Frank Miller.
Basically, like a lot of things, Frank Miller was not the same after 9/11.
Just ignore all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything before 2000 with Frank Miller, it's mostly okay. Anything before Dark Knight Strikes Again is like the good Frank Miller. After Dark Knight Strikes Again was when I think he fell off.
Yeah. Yep. And then it's like.
But I like that McNiven here is like looking at not just his art style, but how he told stories, because I think that's something that people overlook when they try.
That's cool, right there. Miller. That page right there.
Yeah, I love this page. This page sells me on the whole thing. It's funny because I liked Old Man Hawkeye and I liked Old Man Quill, and I absolutely don't like the Old Man Logan whatsoever.
The movie, if you only know Old Man Logan for the movie, is not the same.
The movie fixed everything that was wrong with that comic.
Finding out Deadpool Wolverine is more of the actual version of the comic, which they also do better in Deadpool Wolverine.
All right. Next up, so during the Women of Marvel panel, the new design for the Phoenix was revealed. The current Phoenix comic, I just read the first issue. It hit Marvel Unlimited. Tracing allegations aside, was pretty good. I actually liked the first issue. And so Jean's going to be getting a new look because basically the book is like Jean is going to surf the cosmos with her powers and try to fix things. She absorbed a black hole and a sun in the same day, so I'm just like, oh, we're doing cool stuff with Jean right now.
Okay, I know you mean surf by terms of like, surf the cosmos, like, but I thought you mean like surfers like on a surfboard.
I wish she had a surfboard. I wish she did. People would be like, "Did you get that from Norrin?" And she's like, "Who's Norrin?"
Well, the funniest thing about Superhero Squad is when they just make Super Surfer into like just a surfer stoner.
Yeah. There also is going to be a one-shot, which is coming out in February, which is Women of Marvel She-Devils, which looks like it's going to be featuring Bloodline, Daredevil Elektra, Wolverine Laura, Black Widow, Echo, and Shauna the She-Devil, in a design that Hasbro could possibly make as a toy to go with our Kazar.
Yeah, because there's not that much skin.
Yeah. But it looks great, and this is going to be Stephanie Phillips, Allison Sampson, and more, as well as art by Allison Sampson and more. That sounds pretty cool. The Women of Marvel one-shots have been pretty solid the last couple of years. There also is going to be a Marvel Mutts one-shot that will be collecting 12 issues of the Infinity comic as a single print comic. So, doggies. There also is this other Daredevil comic. I think we talked about Daredevil Unleash Hell. It's the red band Daredevil.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. And then Laura Kinney is going to fight Elektra. So Wolverine versus Daredevil in her book. So pretty cool. All right. Next up, as part of One World Under Doom, Strange Academy is going to be relaunching as Doom Academy because, well, they have a new teacher now because they're learning from the Sorcerer Supreme. And the Sorcerer Supreme's now Doom.
Hey, Mom, can you take to school? What's the name of the school, honey? Doom Academy? Oh, I don't think I want to send you there.
Sorry, we're moving from New Orleans to Latveria. This is going to be a 5-issue miniseries, picking up the Strange Academy kids and taking them to Latveria. And they look very displeased to be there. It's so funny because it's like, this is Latveria and it's Doom, and he's like, I'm going to teach you. Look, I brought a jazz band to make you feel at home. He's like, you're all living in Louisiana. You just have jazz bands on the street all the time, right? That'll make you feel better.
And also remember, Latveria has a curfew, and your only snack will be apples.
I like this idea a lot. I had never read Strange Academy, but I kind of feel like I want to go back and read it because I read their Blood Hunt tie-in, and I was like, oh, these kids are fun. Yeah, good times. Anyways,
Pokemon, all Yu-Gi-Oh cards are banned from Doom's Academy. This is a Pokemon Academy.
Oh my god, imagine. He's like, no, you can only play the Digimon card game here. We are civilized folk in Latveria.
Yeah.
Okay, and now to go from all this high that I'm experiencing to the lowest of lows and why I don't read the Spider-Man Circle of Comics anymore, Eddie Brock's going to become Carnage. Because.
What? This is so...
Oh, come on.
Because I don't... Have they
also, they announced the next Venom-related event, Spider-Verse versus Venom-Verse.
Yeah, I remember when the Spider-Verse events were cool, and now they're just...
I remember when the Spider-Verse events were cool. The first one.
Yep.
I read Spider-Geddon, and it was like putting putting the book in one ear and out the other, and nothing sticking. Like I know I read it. I just cannot remember.
It's the monkey curl Paul. The Spider-Verse movies are great and did very well and influenced animation ever. Monkey paw curls. You get nothing but Spider-Verse events and multiverse movies.
This is why the only Spider-Man comics I'm reading are Ultimate in $20.99.
I'm Ultimate, and if Silk gets a new book ever, okay, where is it?
I'm also there anytime Spider-Punk shows up because he's had a couple really good miniseries. All right,
Oh yeah,
on.
I heard the newest one. It was really good.
It was great. DC, they had a big panel, which revealed a bunch of stuff. So first of all, here is Absolute Martian Manhunter.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite announcement. I love this concept so much.
I'm sold as soon as they said Deniz Camp because Ultimates has been like
the
best book of the year.
As soon as they announced it was Deniz's Camp, like sold, but it's sold. But the premise and the creature, the claymation creature, sold me more.
Javier Rodriguez's art looks amazing for this. Absolute Martian Manhunter. I don't know if there's like a simple.
It's like
because just tell me about it.
It's implied that John Jones is a detective, and it's very implied that the Martian Manhunter might be a separate being. Because apparently he doesn't even have a form. He just took the form of what cute people think what Martians are, from what I remember reading. It's gonna be like a full like sci-fi detective like book. I'm like, yes, give me all that. Like, I just love the Martian Man. Like the art and everything looks so fantastic. And every time I see the art, all I hear is that theremin like wee 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 like music playing in the background.
Yeah, I get the same vibe. I love this shot too of the Martian face on top of his human face.
I know, it's so cool. I love the claymation creature.
Yes. The artist sculpted it out of clay first before drawing it.
Which I love. I love people calling it I love people calling this version of Martian Manhunter like he's a Courage the Cowardly Dog monster.
Yeah.
I love his design.
I love
so
it.
Much.
Dr. Good said so. Martian Manhunter is basically an Ultraman.
It sounds like it's gonna be like
similar,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what universe stuff. I actually heard that you're pretty good. So I heard
Batman
really
was great.
Batman. Yeah, but this one's this is the thing that this is the book I want to pick up because I just love the premise and the Stan's camp. I can trust the man.
Yes. All right, and then we got a preview of Absolute Flash, which was announced prior. Wally West is a teenager. He is full Gen Z, guys. I just want you to warn you ahead of time.
He's gonna say skibidi.
He will say things that those of us approaching 30 and over 30 will not recognize. But oh my god, the artwork on this book! Holy cow! Talk about coming out strong with this. Just looking fantastic. This is just looking great. Here's a look at some of the villains from this. This would be Captain Cold in the middle. I don't really recognize anybody else though. Captain Cold's got a styling mustache.
I think Boomerang's the one on top because
that is Boomerang, and that would be Golden Glider, and
Mirror Master,
Weather Wizard.
I don't
know. It looks like cast form. That's why I'm like Weather Wizard. That's pretty rad. And then here's like a shot of Wally in his bedroom where you can see his punk ass haircut. He's made choices, very distinctive choices with that hair. It's great. Let's see. Scrublord Gaming says FBI agent is invaded by an alien consciousness that selects Martian from his mind to describe what it is. The book is about a complete outsider's perspective on the world, combined with a complete insider's view of the world. That is okay. That's the official description for Manor. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I know that sounds so amazing. It's like I want to read that so much. That sounds so cool.
And then Al Ewing is going to be doing Absolute Green Lantern, which got some art previews for here. It's looking like it's going to be. We heard that was going to be Hal, John, and Joe, but it looks like Joe's going to be the lead in this book.
Which good.
Which is great. We need more Joe, especially outside of the confines of continuity, because she gets to do more stuff then. But this looks fantastic. I'm on board with that as well. All right, in the world of Green Lantern, back in main universe, Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum is going to be a one-shot that follows the events of the Green Lantern Civil Corps special. And it will be dealing with the fractal lanterns, beings that manifest uncontrolled parts of the emotional spectrum, appearing throughout the universe and threatening the very essence of sentient life. That's similar to the Sorrow Lantern we saw debut a couple issues back in this run.
That sounds cool.
I'm really liking when Jeremy Adams started writing Green Lantern, this current run. I was like, okay, Hal being a worthless piece of crap. Yep, usual stuff. Got it. Cool. But it's really like evolved into like, oh, we're finally expanding the Green Lantern mythos in a way that nobody since Jeff Johns has done. And
hey, look,
so I'm all here for it.
Jeremy Adams probably brought Razor in after all this time in comics. So like, it already gets points. Points for me. I had to drop the book because money, but like,
I've just been reading it on DC Universe, but now I went from like, I'm enjoying this to I need to buy the trades because this is really going somewhere. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. All right. There's another Justice League spinoff. So we already have Justice League Unlimited, and then there's the Question miniseries with Renee Montoya investigating a murder on the Watchtower. There's also going to be a new series starting in January, which is Justice League: The Atom Project. John Ridley and Ryan Parrott are going to be co-writing, and then there's art by Mike Perkins, and this involves the newly formed Justice League. It'll be a spy thriller involving Ray Palmer and Ryan Choi, both of the Atoms, and they're also going to be doing stuff with Captain Atom, and they're going to be working on fixing superheroes' powers, because at the end of Absolute Power, a bunch of heroes' powers got restored, but restored wrong, so their whole thing is to fix that. And everybody gets new costume designs, except Captain Atom. That guy's looked the same for like the last 60 years.
Okay, naked.
Yep. So this actually sounds pretty cool.
So is Blue Ryan and the black and red is Ray, right?
I believe so. Yes.
I like their new guy. I like that. Yeah, both Atoms get the opposite colors. I like that. I like that idea a lot.
It's really cool, and I like the idea of it being a spy thriller. I like that we're mixing tones again in comics. That's a good thing. There's also going to be a Lex Luthor special that's kind of tied to the House of Brainiac events. And to wrap out the panel, they showed the Absolute Batmobile.
Say again, say again. What was that?
There's a Lex Luthor special that's going to be following up House of Brainiac.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh god, great. That's probably had to either read that. Knowing DC, you probably you want to understand what happened to Lex Luthor in the current series. I better read that scenario. Yay!
The Absolute Batmobile is made out of a dump truck because this Bruce Wayne is a construction worker. So frickin' rad. I love how Rule of Cool has like guided a lot of the decisions in Absolute Batman. I think that's what's making it work really well. We also got some preview art for Absolute Superman, as well as New Gods and Metamorpho, and some stuff with Wonder Woman. And I'm not reading because it's Tom King, and yeah. But anyways, looks nice. And the next thing for DC, Aquaman got out of the vault.
It's so weird that it's so weird to get a new Dawn DC comic.
This man has not had an ongoing since Rebirth. Despite having 2 movies come out since.
That made a lot of money. Even the sequel it's like the best performing one of that current of the newer films.
Yeah. We're finally getting an Aquaman. We've had some miniseries, but it's been like 2 years since an Aquaman book came out. Finally a new Aquaman series. Oh, Hellfire says, can the other Bat family get other construction vehicles, and make a Batman-themed Devastator? Hey, Hasbro.
Right.
Want to use your new Studio Series Devastator? So anyways, this is going to be, let's see. It's going to be written by Jeremy Adams and art by John Timms. And the first issue is going to be 48 pages, because, oh my god, we need to catch up with Aquaman on the Atlantis. And everybody looks fantastic.
They all look so hot.
Jackson finally looks like an adult. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Also, there's this like water construct.
They also fixed his haircut.
They did. They finally fixed his haircut.
Also, yeah, I love the idea. Water kaijus.
I'm like, we have had water constructs as an idea since Brightest Day. How have we not had like kaiju shit yet? You know.
I love it.
I also love these covers. My favorite cover is this one of Aquaman just chilling with like a water drink. He's just like, a nice day at the beach, and he's like 20 feet underwater.
Look at the. You can grind meat on those. You can grind meat on those abs. He deserves the break.
He probably, yeah. I mean, I gotta imagine that the reason why all the Atlanteans are all ripped is because of the water pressure that they always swing through.
Well, as we know, all Atlanteans are hot.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, they don't have the problems of gravity pushing them down like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Vertigo Comics is back. So
which is
weird.
It's
funny. Someone had a tweet 5 years ago. They're like, "Give it they're like, Black Label sounds neat and all, but Vertigo will be back before 2025. So, the way that this is going to work, and I think this is actually kind of smart, is that Black Label will continue, but here's what it's going to be. Black Label is going to be mature-aimed superhero comics, whereas Vertigo is going to be mature-aimed non-superhero comics.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that is, I think, a good distinction. And then Elseworlds is going to be like non-mature alternate universe books. I think that's... So basically it's like you got DC, you got Absolute Universe, which is its own thing. You got Elseworlds, which is alternate universe stuff that's appropriate for most ages. Black Label, which is alternate universe stuff for... and standalone stuff for mature audiences, for superheroes. And then Vertigo will be mature stuff for non-superhero. So I think that's great. I think it's smart, and I think that it'll work out.
Would Constantine be under Vertigo again? Because
I think he would still stay under.
Black Label?
He wouldn't be under Black Label because I think he's gonna stay under main universe because I think Vertigo's still gonna be alternate universe.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, that's the thing about it.
Because the thing with God, what was the book? Something by the lake. Something by the Lake was a Black Label book. And it was like everybody was like, this just feels like a Vertigo book. And they're like, it's going to be a Vertigo book in the trades. Like, that's kind of like the first new Vertigo. Alice, I did talk about Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom in the San Diego Comic-Con special live stream. You can find it easily because it's got Robert Downey Jr. as Doom in the thumbnail.
On the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome.
So that was the comic news, guys. I need a little bit of a break before we go into the toy news, so we're just gonna take like a short intermission while I get all that prepped.
Get the. We're gonna start. Let's talk about Star Trek. Get the Moopsie.
I'll go get Moopsie. Actually, do I want to threaten violence? Anyways, well, we'll be right back. I just need a little break to stand up and stretch. Hello, dear viewers. We are here with the Moopsie and with the Star Trek news.
If you don't like it, subscribe. We'll unleash the Moopsie.
Like and subscribe or he'll eat your bones. It's Star Trek news time, guys. It is. We're. I know we're deep into the show. There's just a lot of news. I like talking about comic books. I'll tell you that much.
Remember the timestamp when the stream's over.
I will. I'll just start the Star Trek when the junction's over. All right, let's kick back over here. It's time to talk Star Trek. So Star Trek had a New York Comic Con panel, and at that panel, let me put Moopsie on my shoulder. At that panel, they had...
He's your Pikachu.
He's my Pikachu now. At the panel, we got some updates on the shows. So Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, which is its final season on Paramount+, is coming out Thursday. It starts airing Thursday. And they put out a poster for it that mirrors the poster for Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, because they've been doing that. Each season has had a poster that matches the poster of the movie. So it's been pretty cool. And the first 2 episodes will be streaming. They also did a parody of the Why Are They Putting Seatbelts in Theaters This Summer poster for a Why Are They Putting Seatbelts in Homes This Fall. They were having a lot of fun with these.
Wait, were they really seatbelts in theaters during that time?
No, it was just a gag of like, look how exciting our movie is. They had to put seatbelts in the theaters. The other cool part is this is the first convention to have all 4 main cast members be there at once. There was always somebody missing at every other convention, so I'm just happy they all got to be together before the show ended. So that was pretty much it for Lower Decks. I'm excited to see the new season. They put out a clip. I didn't watch it because it airs Thursday. Why would I watch a clip now? Next up, Star Trek Starfleet Academy is not only renewed for Season 2, but Tatiana Maslany, She-Hulk herself, will be joining the cast of the show.
Woo!
So this show is just shaping up to be something cool. I'm excited about it. When I wouldn't, like, the initial premise, I was just like, okay, Starfleet Academy. But, they got Robert Picardo there. They've got people from Discovery. They've got freaking She-Hulk in the show. I'm like, Paul Giamatti and Holly Hunter. Like,
they already got 2 Marvel characters.
Yeah. She will be a recurring special guest star role. So, pretty cool. But, yeah, pretty exciting. I'm glad there's a Season 2 because, unlike a lot of streaming shows where you get 1 season, you wonder, should I get invested in this? Dead Boy Detectives. Now you know yes, because there will be at least 2 seasons. So, it was pretty cool. All right, then we got a clip for Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3. It's from the premiere episode, which showing a lot of VFX, explaining why it's going to take till next year for this Muteki says, she's going to be green? It'd be funny if she was playing an Orion. That'd be pretty hilarious. Anyways, we got some...
Probably won't be expensive to have her in green this time around.
Yeah, because Star Trek just paints people. So Strange New Worlds Season 3 is airing next year.
She will be a lot cheaper if you just paint her green and have her on stilts all the time.
I would not mind that if they just switched to practical She-Hulk, and that's how we got Season 2, and she makes a joke about budget cuts. Anyways, so I got some nice photos, and there was a clip released for Season 3. Also, Rhys Darby is going to be a guest star in Season 3 as a previously established Trek character. So that's interesting. We'll see who he ends up playing. But pretty exciting. And yeah, also Carol Kane was there. She's been doing a lot more public appearances since joining Star Trek. I got to see her at Star Trek Las Vegas, which was her first convention, and now she was at New York Comic Con. So that's pretty cool. Mohammed, yeah, it's pretty much a full-on New York Comic Con recap show. There's some non-Comic Con news coming up, but it's not much. And then lastly, we got posters and a date for the Section 31 movie, which will be premiering January 24th on Paramount+. And we've got character names for everybody. So, of course, Michelle Yeoh is the star. Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh. She won an Oscar and said, I want to go do Star Trek again. And so they gave her this movie. We don't have a new trailer yet, but there she is. Omari Hardwick will be playing the Section 31 team leader, Alok Zahar. Section 31, for those unaware, is a division of Starfleet that's like their Black Ops. They do all the
Anbu Star Trek?
The Anbu Star Trek, yeah.
Anbu Star Trek.
It's pretty accurate. Sam Richardson will be playing a Cameloid named Quasi. We've got Casey Roll as Rachel Garrett, who would later be the captain of the Enterprise C. So this implies that this movie takes place later than the first few seasons of Discovery, which makes sense because when Georgia was sent back, she was sent back to an unknown point in time. X-Force Star Trek, that's also a good comparison. So Rachel Garrett's going to get some more. We'll talk about Rachel Garrett again in a minute. Humberly Gonzalez will be playing a Deltan named Mel. We haven't seen a Deltan in Star Trek in a while in a main role. The last one was Ilea in Star Trek The Motion Picture. Sven Roygark is going to be playing a Vulcan or Romulan. We're not exactly sure yet because we can't see the forehead. Nicknamed Fuzz. And then Robert Kaczynski is going to be playing a mechanically enhanced person named Zeph. So pretty cool. This is going to be a bit of a different format, but they did say that Star Trek's ideals are still kept in the story. It's not going to stray too far from what Star Trek is, but it is going to be a bit of a different blend of things because, like we said, Ambu Starfleet. So I'm excited. I mean, Michelle Yeoh's getting to lead a Star Trek movie for Paramount Plus. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So let's see. Next up, this is the toy news for Star Trek. I put this here just because I wanted to group all the Star Trek stuff. Nacelle is the Nacelle company who is known for their documentaries and it recently started doing toy lines like Biker Mice from Mars. They're doing that new line.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's Nacelle? And so you said that, like, oh, okay, they do those figures. Okay,
those figures.
Those.
They announced
they're good figures from right here.
I've heard good things about their toys. They announced a month ago that they're going to be doing a Star Trek line, and we finally got to see what it is. They have the license for Star Trek to Star Trek Enterprise, as well as all the movies from Motion Picture to Nemesis. So everything before Kelvin, they can do stuff on. And the head of the company, Brian Volk-Weiss, has said that he wants to avoid repeating characters that every Star Trek toy line gets. That's great.
All right, that's all right. That's all right. Points already.
points from me that you want to avoid what we always get. Sounds great. It's getting harder to hold Moopsie.
Nacelle made those cool new RoboForce toys. It looks so amazing. Okay,
yes, they did.
Now I'm familiar with this company. I now familiar with this company now.
So they want to focus on the vast multitude of Trek characters that have never or rarely been seen in action figure format. The first wave is insane, and I mean that positively and negatively. Let's take a look at it. I want the audience's reaction. So chat, I want you to tell me. Do you know who any of these people are?
If you're familiar with Star Trek at all.
Yes, even if you're not familiar with Star Trek, just tell me if any of these ring a bell. So first
right, Cass,
figure.
You're a super right, Cass. You're the Star Trek expert of all of us, right?
But I never watched Star Trek in my life.
All right, figure one is Captain Jellicoe. Anybody know Captain Jellicoe? He's played by Ronnie Cox. So I mean, he's got actor significance.
Is he in charge of the Jello brand of the Starfleet?
No, he's not. Captain Jellicoe was in a two-parter of TNG called Chain of Command, where Picard was on a mission, and he took over as the temporary captain of the Enterprise and made everybody's lives hell, but gave Deanna Troi a proper uniform, so, he did good things. He later then appeared as Admiral Jellicoe in Star Trek Prodigy, where he heckled Janeway for a season.
Same actor?
Same actor, yeah. They got Ronnie Cox to voice him. I think this is one of those picks where Star Trek fans will go, oh yeah, him, I would want a figure of him. But, casual audiences would be like, okay, yeah.
Hey, at least he appeared in something recent, like a recent media thing, so that's plus. Also, are you curious of what scale type of figure these guys are?
They said 6 to 7 inch scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking, if you want to know, like, the quality of Nacelle, a lot of their figures I'm looking at are around the $35 range, but they come with a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of accessories. So, I think,
cheaper Super 7.
Yeah, cheaper Super 7. So, honestly, like, that's,
And they sell mostly to online retailers, right? They're not...
apparently some people found their Biker Mice and Mars at Walmart, apparently. So, like...
Guys, if I ever find a Captain Jellicoe at, like, Walmart or Target, I'm probably going to freak out, because that'd be weird.
Listen, I think, honestly, in terms of quality of figures, I think you're in good hands. Again, I heard nothing but bad things about their figures.
Yes.
Ever.
Dustin, you haven't heard anything about Starships. I think they're just doing action figures. But Fan Home's doing Starships, so there's Starships. All right, figure 2, Peter Preston. Fun fact, I didn't know his name until yesterday when this news came out.
Oh, man, you're such a fake Star Trek fan.
Here's the thing about Peter Preston, okay? This is Scotty's dead nephew from Wrath of Khan. The fun part about it is that he was just Guy Who Died if you didn't watch the director's cut where they revealed that it was Scotty's nephew. When they said they were going to make figures that no one ever expected, I wasn't expecting this. Now, I think this is great to get a figure like this. As figure 2, whoa, that's bold. All right.
Say, do we have any names to balance out this here, boys?
Figure 3, Valkyris from Star Trek 3. Anybody know who Valkyris is? This is Commander Krug's ill-fated girlfriend from Star Trek 3. She had like 10 minutes of screen time. I looked it up. She was not in it much. But hey, she's a Klingon, so we're not just doing humans. Anybody remember Star Trek 3?
Yeah.
That's the one I've watched the least.
It's crazy because you think you
I
watch
watched
it
5
after.
the least. It's the 3 I don't watch.
I say you can't watch 3 without watching 2 at the very least.
What I end up doing is I'll either watch 2 and stop, or I'll watch 4 and not go backward. I've watched anyways.
I mean, 3. The problem with 3 is you can't really watch it without watching 2.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like you either watch 2 and stop, or you'll just jump and watch 4 because you feel like having a good time, and then it's like you're only watching 3 if you're watching 2 and 4. Like if you're doing the trilogy, you're doing the trilogy, right? Okay, not a pick I would have done as a solo figure, personally speaking. I think that she could have been in a 2-pack with Krug, because I don't know how many people even know her enough to buy her on her own, right? But still cool. All right, number 4, Captain Rachel Garrett. So this is going to be her look from TNG, the episode Yesterday's Enterprise, which she was the captain of the Enterprise C, another ill-fated character. There's a lot of people, actually, on this wave that are dead characters. But Rachel Garrett, like we just said, is going to be in the Section 31 movie. So she's not only significant for the Yesterday's Enterprise episode, it's one of the most famous episodes of TNG, but she's going to be in the next Star Trek thing. So the character is still around and kicking. I think this is actually an incredibly smart choice, because Rachel Garrett will be on everybody's minds because of Section 31, and it's just going to be in her original form from TNG. So I think this is how you do a recognizable character that's a soft hitter at the right time, right? Just like with Jellicoe, because Jellicoe's been in something recently. I think those are very smart choices. All right, figure 4 will be, or figure 5. Where's 4? No, 4 was Garrett. Figure 5 is Tuvix. Do you guys know about the meme effect, where the internet makes something famous?
I first thought you were gonna say, do you know about the story of Dark Plagueis the Tuvix or something like that?
I mean, I could have. Tuvix was a single episode idea, where Tuvok and Neelix got fused in a transporter accident, and it birthed Tuvix, which is essentially a different person. And the end of the episode was controversial because Janeway decides to undo the transporter accident and get Tuvok and Neelix back, and Tuvix protests the thing the whole time. So, the Star Trek fandom has started the debates of, did Janeway murder Tuvix? I will tell you that Tuvix is more legendary for the discussion of the episode than the episode itself. 94 Coon, to be honest, I've never heard of most of these characters. I don't blame you. We're picking out people who are in one episode of over 900 episodes of Star Trek, right? I appreciate Mr. Tanuki saying Janeway did nothing wrong, because she didn't. She was in a tense situation, guys. Everything Janeway did was justified, including all the genocide. Anyways,
you think any of the Prodigy kids question that some of the stuff Janeway ever did?
Apparently, according to the current Star Trek comics, a lot of Janeway's logs were classified after she got back. They recently had to bring up a file on Species 8472 in the Star Trek comic, and Tom Paris is like, "Look, guys, there's a lot of crazy shit that happened when we were on Voyager. Just be ready for what you're about to hear." Like, he's like, "Oh, our time was weird, yes." Mr. Tanuki said, plus I'm pretty sure the flower that mixed the two in the transport was the dominant personality. That's what the Lower Decks episode that followed up on the Tuvix concept did. Yes, this is actually something that followed up on.
Yeah, that's why his Lower Decks shows followed it up.
They did. So Falcon's Tech said, who was asking for a Tuvix action figure? Not many. I have looked at lists of figures for what people wanted out of Playmates' line that never happened. Tuvix was never on it. Rachel Garrett was. Valkyris was never on it. Peter Preston was never on it. Jellicoe was. So it's a very interesting mix. Now, the last 3 figures for the first wave, I think, are all.
I was gonna say how many figures is this first wave?
Apparently 8.
8. I mean, okay, so I don't think it's gonna be 8, but I feel like these are definitely gonna be like split in half scenario.
So the last 3 figures, I think, are the best choices yet. Though I have a problem with the first one. So 6 is going to be Mirror Archer. So Captain Archer from Enterprises never had a figure that didn't have a rubber crotch. Diamond Select Toys was really weird with their license back in the day. I would have liked a regular Archer. That would have been a lesser-known character that did not get many figures. But instead, they did the Mirror Universe evil Captain Archer, who stole the classic green tunic from the Captain of the Defiant in the 2-part episode In a Mirror Darkly. I would have been more excited if it was regular Archer. Mirror Archer's fine and I will buy it, but I think a regular Archer could have been great because we've never had a good, solid regular Archer figure in this size. The only good regular Archer was the Exo-6 one. AR, good point. Regular Archer likely be coming. I agree. Figure 7, Wei Yun, top of the list character for a lot of people's Playmates wish list. It played by the impeccable Jeffrey Combs. He played 5 different versions of Wei Yun during DS9, and it was his longest running character. Absolutely make a Wei Yun figure.
So which one's the question? Which one's Ratchet? Which one's Brainiac?
I should have asked him that when I met him. And then figure 8 is
someone I think most of us can recognize.
Captain Sulu. And this is perfect because we've gotten plenty of figures of Sulu over the years, but never one in his captain's uniform. It was the only ones we'd gotten in him in the Monster Maroon was the Commander rank before he got promoted to Captain in Star Trek V. So yes, it's only an appearance in 2 movies and 1 episode of Voyager, but that is more appearances than like half the wave. And this is a version of Sulu we've never had, and I think it's a perfect way to put a heavy hitter in there without giving us something we've already seen before.
So I love that picture. I just feel
yeah.
If he doesn't come with the teacup, I'm going to be.
Hello.
I'm going to be big mad if he doesn't come with the teacup. I'm going to be pissed. Like it has to come with the teacup.
So I would say, I commend them. I do really commend them sell one of the characters outside the box. But this is all. But now we're really showing this is why you need to kind of bring in some regulars into your way because
I saw a comment that said, "This is great as a Star Trek fan, but I also would just like Season 5 Cisco or Season 6 Janeway."
Like Dark Claw's point, that reminds me of what Capcom did with Street Fighter 3, where even though that game was great, there was hardly any familiar faces. So people were like,
to be fair, I will always defend Street Fighter 3's roster because the whole point of Street Fighter 3.
Yeah. But that game was a disaster financially. Right.
But because Ryu and Ken weren't even supposed to be in it. But
well, that's the thing because I feel like that's a whole discussion. But I always feel like with Street Fighter 3, I don't think the completely new roster was the fault. I think it's the marketing of 3DS.
Well, a lot of people did say they didn't see any.
But anyways, back to the Star Trek line.
Yeah, but this is why
thing going on here.
I mean, to translate to this line for non-Star Trek people, this is why Power Rangers and Transformers always need to have like the G1 and because us hardcore fans would know these people. General public audience people, who's that scenario?
Yep. They did have Garrett, Jellicoe, and Preston on display. They're supposed to go up for pre-order in early 2025 with the wave scheduled to release in fall 2025. So they're showing this stuff early. I will also say that I hope they tweak the wave because this is from a fan perspective, as a big Star Trek fan, I love this. I will buy all these figures, no problem. I put my business hat on. Is this going to get a wave 2? Because the problem we've seen with Star Trek figures is you have if you have one side of the pendulum
is either the same just over and over again, or
well, that's the thing. There's a pendulum swing here, right? Over here on one side was what Playmates did with their new line, which was just make the same exact things we've been seeing for 20 years. And then there's the other side, which is make stuff so obscure the line doesn't sell and has to be canceled because they can't afford to make it anymore. And where you want to hit is somewhere in the middle. But I think we swung all the way from making characters that have been made too much to making characters nobody knows who they are. And I think that might be a hill to climb because Star Trek toys have not sold well even when you make heavy hitters. So making only obscure people is also kind of like not a great idea either.
It's like you make a Dragon Ball line. The first, all way one is like one like Piccolo, and the rest is like Tien, Yamcha, General Tao, and it's just Satan or something like that.
And Falcon Tech says it depends on their production time. As Wave 2's probably well into pre-production, there's a chance at least gets that far. I agree. The question I have for Nacelle is what are these supposed to go with? Because they talk about filling gaps of characters that never had figures before.
Yeah, there's no
6-inch Star Trek line. The only ones that got close were the 7-inch Diamond Select toys from over 20 years ago that a lot of people don't have, got very rare to a lot of exclusives, and are very expensive now in the aftermarket if you can find them and they're not broken.
Like the Playmates are like 5 inches, aren't they?
Playmates' original line was 4.5.
4.5, okay.
So, Mr. Snooki says Wave 2 is all captains in new costumes. They have a shot. I think, yeah. I kind of feel like we should be getting like, 4 heavy hitters and then 4 random obscure people, right? But if these are not sold in case assortments, that doesn't work, the logic wise. The reason Marvel Legends can get away with it is because they sell a case. They sell you a case of 8, and you have like, half the wave is heavy hitters, half the wave is obscure people.
I mean, also that's why the build-a-figure concept is this. They could sell those obscure people.
Right. And the thing is, too, and I will say, the obscure people in Marvel Legends waves have more screen time than the obscure people in this wave.
Yeah.
Now, there is hope because they have set up an email address. It's StarTrekIdeas@nacellecompany.com. You can send suggestions to them just straight through.
Thankfully, Nacelle's still in that indie range where they're kind of the same level as Jada, where they're still small enough where they can do something like this, where they can take fan feedback easier. Like Super 7 used to, but they got Super 7 got too big so fast that I'm pretty sure they can't really do that anymore. For example.
And I already sent them an email like a month ago when they had this email address first set up, and I was like, please make the crew of Enterprise. They've never had figures all in the same costumes before. Because Diamond Select made some of them only in EV suit and some of them in regular suit, never all in the standard look. And I was like, please make Enterprise.
Also send review copies, please. I need money.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Right.
How do I? Is that how people do it? Do they have to ask? Like, I don't know how it works. Anyways, I'm going to be making a video on Wednesday. Wednesday's video is going to be me talking about this a little bit more in depth. And I wanted to kind of talk about it here first, so that way I could see the chat's reaction to get kind of a non-locked-in Star Trek fan perspective on how these look. I think figure-wise they look great. The character lineup just has me concerned because of how many Star Trek lines we've seen.
The quality of the toys. Quality of the toy like Nacelle has proven themselves multiple times with other lines that they are a good toy company. But it's more, the character decisions got to be the big issue here.
Because here's the thing, chat. Tell me if you'd buy any of these 3 figures that are on screen without knowing the character. Like, does any of these just appeal to you as an action figure?
I think they just have
Spaceman.
Just Spaceman and Dude and Woman.
Scotty's nephew on the right. Yeah, about it.
Scotty's nephew, I think, does have a cool figure look to it. Muteki, no. Smith the Crow,
never.
No. Muteki, never. AR says maybe Spaceman.
Yeah, see? Easy.
Yeah. I think that there's potential in this line. I just think that it's... What's the thing I always say when we talk about fans getting hired as producers for shows? Also know how to do the business side, right?
Yeah.
So I think they have their heart in the right place. Falcon says no, but spacesuit is cool for custom potential. Smith the Crow says just give me Riker and we're good. Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that as much as we don't want to just repeat we have not done a 6-inch Star Trek line before, so there's nothing to repeat in that scale.
Yeah, they're usually smaller, right?
They're usually smaller, or like the Exo figures that are really big.
Or Mexico.
Yeah, J4 Jason said I get them, which would get me to watch the shows and movies they originate from. I've done that. There's a bunch of comics I've read just because there's figures that exist. 94 Coon says I think the one on the left is the most recognizable than the other two. Smith the Crow says need a Riker mainly to go with NECA Xanatos. AR says Q would be cool. Put him with the Beyonder and Beyond Doom. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential in a 6-inch Star Trek line. And I like going deep. I like deep cuts for sure. I do think though we need some more heavy hitters besides just
Sulu. You wanna
right?
So you like it, sound out, but like right, it's like the average, like you said, like the average fan. They want to sell. They don't want to sell to you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they want to sell to.
Because the thing is, I think the sales of this line will find out how many hardcore Star Trek fans collect toys. Because there's a lot of people I saw that are like. I saw in the comment section on TrekCore here, like people were like, "Oh, these are cool, but I don't collect toys." And it's like, we gotta figure it out, because I think Star Trek toys have been in a weird space lately, and I we haven't really had anything since Playmates that's been able to go far-reaching.
We talk about such when we talk about this when like the new Playmates line just died. Pretty much.
The Playmates one just died, and that was going with just the same exact. I think the problem with the Playmates line is they're just a little too big to fit with the old figures, and they just made like the same characters we've always seen and nothing exciting. When they had the license to the entire Star Trek universe, like and they didn't even finish Prodigy, right?
And I mean, every company failed Prodigy.
Yeah. Falcon's Tech said, I feel the main market for Trek toys are ship models. I would agree, because there's bit like Eagle Moss died, and then people were like, Eagle Moss died for other reasons. Their ship models for Star Trek were still selling, and people were like banging at their door, like, who's going to pick it up? Who's going to pick up the license? And I think that, Fan Home's doing it now, and they're going to do good. Trek models, ship models always sell for Trek. AR says, or you need to bring in the people who don't collect toys. You need to entice them in some way. That's another good point, too. Yeah, SSJ4 Jason said, like you did a Gundam figure line, but the first wave is stuff from G, Reco, Turn A, Age, and Victory. Yeah, I would love that, but from a business perspective, it's... AR says, ship models, badges, and cool tech stuff. Yeah, I agree. Props and replicas, those do really well as well. I know Exo6 has said the reason they can do so many characters is that it's because even though the figures are expensive to produce, they sell, but they only make a few of them. They do not make a ton of the Exo6 figures. They're very limited. And that's intentional because they don't want to put themselves in a money pit. And yeah, they are like Doctor Who in a way. Yeah, I think, we've never seen a Doctor Who line last too long either. I think that as much as Doctor Who, Star Trek, Stargate, those are all character-focused stories. The stuff that people want toys of more is the props.
You want the aliens.
Ships. Yeah, and the aliens.
Or the aliens.
I will give this lineup credit. Unlike Playmate's first wave, which had one alien in the form of Saru, we got 3 alien characters here with Valkyris, Tuvix, and Weiyun. So I think it has potential. I just think it needs some tweaking on the rollout because I would not like to. I would be so sad if this line died after 2 waves and all we had is just random guest stars and Sulu.
Should we get the next thing? Should we get to the next thing?
Let's move on. I wanted to kind of pull the audience on this, but I'll talk about more of it on Wednesday. Maybe a little bit reiterative, but
yeah, we still have a lot to cover. So
I can send an email to Nacelle and go, "Hey, here's my ideas about your line in a video form." All right.
Please don't hunt me down.
Yeah, Bandai. All right. I'm gonna take the New York Comic Con label off because these weren't New York Comic Con. They just went up on Big Bad Toy Store. We had some new Anime Heroes announcements. Anime Heroes Beyond is getting a Kakashi with a Susano backdrop. Or display. It's kind of a backdrop. It's late.
It's like the aura effect. It's like how the Dragon Ball, the Dragon Star's power effect has those aura effects.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Anime Beyond Naruto stuff. It's really cool, honestly. Because like I don't know how you do a Susano thing properly without just being a giant translucent figure Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like the next thing.
We also got a Mega Kakashi. This is one of like your Titan series, big old figures.
Big Bad did screw up. The first image is the wrong figure. That's the Beyond figure for the first image.
Anime Heroes Orochimaru looks like the best of the Naruto line so far. Like overall.
Oh, that's great. Also, I do want to clarify because remember you asked me in the Discord.
Oh
no,
yeah.
they Anime Heroes have done two hands the multi-connected hands before the Jujutsu Kaisen figures. So
Okay.
they have done. Yeah, they have done that before.
Yeah, because I saw it with Orochimaru and Kakashi. I was like, is that new? But yeah, okay.
That's new for Naruto, at least.
Yeah. There's also a new Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Yuji Itadori Black Flash.
This is his big his Rasengan move, pretty much, in the series.
Cool. That's a normal price figure too.
Yeah. Really surprised, honestly. Let's see. I thought it was Beyond figure when I first saw it, but that was normal price. So that's cool.
We got Dragon Star's Goku Mini, who looks adorable, and I will probably buy him.
He looks great.
Look at
he looks great, honestly. Like, he looks like really as good as the figure art, honestly.
Mm-hmm. He looks pretty good. And we also got Vegeta Mini, who also I hope Mini Piccolo also comes out in this line because
depending on the size of these minis, I might just get the Vegeta over to the figure because I kind of like this one. The thing about the Dragon Stars look a bit better than the figure art mini Vegeta.
We also got the roleplay power pole. It's only going to be $23.
So weird! It's the first time we ever get the power pole as a roleplay
holster too.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, pretty rad. And then there's a couple more of the Limit Breaker Dragon Ball figures for Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Battle Damage.
Oh, that one, the Super Saiyan 2 Goku is a bit different because it actually has licensed sounds.
Oh, really? Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's a bit more expensive. Yeah, he's a Limit Breaking Sparking figure.
Whoa, that's cool. All right, moving
on.
Super Saiyan,
also it's kind of cool Super Saiyan 2 because I'm so frustrated. So stupid that Bandai made Super Saiyan 2 Goku figure art only event exclusive. What were you thinking?
I don't know why that's not just a head swap though.
Yeah.
All right. Proplica has announced what I feared. They announced a One Piece Proplica. It is in fact, yes, the Wado Ichimonji for Rono Zoro.
So are they going to release the other two swords in a 2-pack?
Well, because I don't know, because he's had multiple different of his other two swords, right?
Yeah,
like,
true,
do we start at the beginning? Do we get his second set? Do we get his third set? Like,
you don't want to know what I thought set out. I saw the sword in the Proplica, and the guy holding it, and I forgot the Proplica, and I was like, man, that's a realistic figure, man. Those hands are like...
Those hands are so detailed.
Yeah, I was like, that's so detailed.
Smith the Crow does ask the good question, how will it taste?
Yeah, because you know that's going to be the lob you're going to do. It's just in their mouth.
Yep. I'm surprised it doesn't come with like a attachment piece the way that like the live action one does.
You open it and there's like a warranty from Bandai saying if you get like injured while putting this thing in your mouth, we're not responsible for that.
Yeah. All right, SH Figuarts time. Boom. Aki Hawakawa from Chainsaw Man finally got announced.
I don't know what took so long.
Bandai and Figma were in this thing where like Figma would show it, then Bandai would show it, and then for some reason Aki just didn't get shown. But here he is.
Well, yeah. So this is great because I haven't bought any more of the Chainsaw Man figures. Also because I was petty because of what happened to my Powered. But seeing them releasing Aki, maybe go. All right, I want to go get the Denji, my read by Power and stuff like that. Probably should not get Makima because I hate her.
She is the worst. All right. SH Figuarts Peter B. Parker and Mayday Parker from Across the Spider-Verse looks absolutely freaking adorable.
I know, right? Look at them.
Look at them.
That's cute.
It's cute as hell. He also comes with normal Spider-Man stuff, so he can be like regular Spider-Man.
How do you feel about the raised webbing? Because I know that's been kind of debated with some of the.
I think I'm fine with the raised webbing because all the Across the Spider-Verse Figuarts have a texture thing going on.
Yeah, they're definitely more. They're not like accurate. They're not like 1-to-1 film accurate. They have a texture, wheels, and look to them.
I don't mind it. I think it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. During New York Comic Con, I'll put my New York Comic Con tag back on. SH Figuarts Zarbon True Power got revealed. He is a premium Bandai exclusive in the US as well. This is Zarbon's his true beauty form.
So who's Lathamic? I think it's just Nail. I think
so.
They done like.
Chat, correct us if we're wrong, but I think it is just Nail.
Unless they want to do a Guru. I don't know how they'll do a Guru. Besides making the statue.
Figuart Zero Guru.
Yeah,
Dende? No, we got Dende with Purunga.
And then they versus Purunga, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's just nail. I mean, I guess unless not counting like any battle damage, because they haven't done a battle damage Piccolo yet. Surprisingly, he has a consistent battle damage look.
I mean,
but yeah,
we've gotten like even like Kui, so
yeah. I mean,
I guess Apul. I guess Apul.
We need a pool left.
Cool.
Rad. All right. In the world of oh my god, doesn't get enough toys, SH Figuarts Tsunade is the next Naruto release.
I keep telling myself I'm not gonna get to the Naruto Figuarts line. I'm only gonna get Squad 7, and I saw Tsunade. She looks great. It's like, damn it! I'm like, great. Now I'm gonna get the Orochimaru. I'm not sure if Jiraiya's still available, so I might have to grab the anime hero Jiraiya. That's playing scenario. But it's like,
damn, she looks fantastic, and she has accessories for both Part 1 and Part 2.
She goes with ultimate, I think, just headpiece because it's Naruto without the headband for Part 1.
Yes, yeah, it's an alternate hairpiece and alternate. It's a whole alternate head for Naruto without the headband.
How do you feel about the cloak being part of the skull? Because I don't mind because
I don't mind it for the type of cloak Tsunade has. If she had if it was longer than that,
traffic cone.
Yeah, traffic cone.
Yeah,
but it's fine because this cloak is done the way that Jiraiya, Sage Mode, and Kurama Links is done, where it's flowing out, so it's not going to impede the articulation.
Yeah, same with the Demon Slayer. Because my ideology in terms of what I think should be cloak and one should be sculpted stuff is if it has an iconic look how it's drawn.
Yeah.
Then
Sage Mode had to be cloth, in order to look right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't because the Sage Mode being cloth doesn't look any different, but stuff like Tsunade's here, or say the Demon Slayer character, or Ichigo's Bankai form. Those I understand why they're sculpted because they have a unique look. They need to kind of look. They can't just They can't really recreate it with just soft goods alone scenario.
She's also a premium Bandai exclusive in Japan, but will be a retail release in the US. So,
woo!
Yay! And then, lastly, for Figuarts, we have Son Goku and Shenron 40th Anniversary Edition. This is based off of the first cover for Dragon Ball's manga, the first Tankobon volume cover. This is exclusive to a mail away through V-Jump.
Oh, welcome, Cal. Wait, is it only welcome wheels? Welcome wheels. Wait, is this only exclusive to V-Jump?
Yes, it is. The website only talks about Japan release, but it mentions that you have to get the December 40th anniversary V-Jump release in order to mail away for it.
I feel like so I feel like that might be just for specifically this version of Kid Goku.
Yeah, because it's like a new mold.
It's a new mold. It's a completely new mold with new face. So what I theorize is this look that is only specific for the manga covers and the Jump covers is exclusive to this. But I feel like they're gonna release this in the Bluegi later on.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like because I'm glad they just figured this because I don't like the Kid Goku or tell the Teen Goku figure out the release.
I think the reason why it's like this is because it's specifically based on the manga. Shueisha's like, nope, we want all the money.
Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna do specifically Bluegi retail version. Because I don't really need I don't need a Shinron statue or the Tonfas, but just that base Kid Goku alone I want because I don't like the
Teen Goku. Bluegio?
Yeah, Bluegio. But because the problem with the Teen Goku figure release is he's too damn big.
Yep.
He's giant. There's a photo going around comparing Goku Mini with the other Goku figure art, and my god, Teen Goku is giant compared to GT Goku and Mini Goku. Because I think it's also the same scale Kid Gohan is, and that's a figure they need to redo also because he's also a giant child. Also.
Yeah, it's the constant push and pull of we made new molds, the scale's different, we got to change it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got to get through the New York Comic Con toy news. It's just gonna keep going, and
It's funny because what toy news? Because there was barely anything.
There was. You'd be surprised how much toy news there was. I was like, "There's barely anything." Looks at the actual notes.
Everything because like everything that I saw was just, hey, here's all the stuff that was either leaked or said was coming.
Look,
for most of the stuff.
Look! Crazy Uncle Todd's taking a majority of it. Okay?
Yeah, Todd's
most of it. Todd was the only one. Todd was the only one where I was like, "Yay, Todd! You did something."
Hasbro's overall showing was weak, but we still have two big things to talk about. Let's just get to it. Let's not speculate any further. All right, hold on, let me McFarlane Toys. So before New York Comic Con started, we got pre-orders for all that stuff that got revealed last week. So here's what Mr. Terrific looks like with his jacket on. It is a soft goods jacket. It looks cool. He's
how do you feel about the T-spheres? How they did the T-spheres?
I don't mind them, but I would have liked something where they could have floated around him the way that like the
McFarlane I kind of wish it was like a thing that looks like they're floating around him scenario. Yeah. Like this is the way it is the easier way, where it's like, oh, it's a shield and like some kind of weapon, such. But he still looks fantastic.
He looks great. He looks terrific. The Batman Beyond Batmobile finally got revealed. We've had leaked listings about this forever. It's not the cartoon one. It is the Neo-Gothic one.
I was surprised. I'm surprised they honestly made this worth the 7-inch scale figure because this is gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's apparently pretty big. It has a stand to float on. It's designed for the 7-inch scale, so your Neo-Gothic Batman or any of the other Batman Beyonds. It's 21 inches long. Lights and sounds. There will be a Walmart exclusive edition that comes with the Neo-Gothic Batman with the red reflection painted on him.
AK he only looks really good when he's inside the cockpit scenario.
Exactly. So that'll be the Walmart. Otherwise, it's exclusive to Amazon if you want the one without the figure included.
Was there lights for the Amazon version?
Yes. The Batmobiles are basically the same. It's just one comes with a figure.
I figured because for the Batman Forever Batmobile, did both versions come with lights?
No, one was lights and one was glow in the dark.
Okay, yeah.
But the regular one is going to have lights and sounds, and the Walmart one is also going to have lights and sounds, and it actually has sounds, which is interesting. There was a Walmart CollectorCon exclusive signed Agent Liberty figure. Woo. Okay. There's Simon Baz. He comes with 3 faceplates, a drill, a fist, a hammer, a lantern. This is the version of him after he stopped using the gun. So
yeah, AK post trade volume 2. So like some people go like, "Where's the gun?" Like he stopped using the gun pretty quick into the lanterns run.
He does have the tattoo on his arm, which is an important detail. So
yeah,
I mean, I'd still like to have a Baz with gun.
You can still do it because he comes with a trigger finger hand. So if you just give
but that'll be labeled as not a toy.
But that's the thing, is like you can put a gun in his hand if you want to. That's an option. All right. You can put the drill in Kyle's hand. Those are just going to slip over the fists. Grid doesn't come with anything, but he's just a big old robot man.
He's like a mid. He feels like a midpoint between Mega Fig and regular figure, pretty much.
Here's what Lightning Lad comes with. You know what? Instead, how about I just show you the Lightning Lad? He's already here.
I was surprised how quick you got your figure. Honestly,
shocked. I was shocked he showed up this quick. He's pretty nice. I like him. The faceplate thing is weird because this is the first time I've gotten a figure with faceplate.
But because the previous figures that had faceplate were like Huntress, which has the mask thing.
Which I don't even have Huntress yet. So
like, how is it with the character?
It's very weird. You have to get a good grip on it to like rip his face off, and it kind of gets stuck at the his bangs. Like he doesn't have bangs, but like the edge of his hair.
It's not like the usual anime.
It's really hard.
Yes. Yeah, because I'm assuming it's not like the usual anime thing, figure thing, where you have to take out the bangs, then take out the face, and then put the face and put back.
Yeah, his hair hangs over the lips, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to put the face on.
Is it like Naruto? Like how the Figuarts Naruto works, sort of.
It's like that, except more annoying. Also, as I pointed out with the pictures last week, he doesn't have the right lightning effects because they're swooshy lightning, and he's got kind of like upward
zappy
lightning. Yeah.
I'm sorry they didn't reuse the Black Adam lightning effect piece then.
Also, I don't have pictures of the Platinum figures, but the Platinum edition had the classic colored costume for the classic head.
Of course.
I always say I would have bought it twice if they just offered the colors and didn't have to make me chase for it. All right, back to the roundup here. You guys like guns? Apparently Batman can have guns, but not other characters. This 17 plus 2-pack of Nightmare Batman and Damaged Armored Batman comes with 3 guns.
Yeah, because it's not a toy.
It's not a toy. It's also exclusive to Walmart, and I thought Walmart was one of the problems here. But I don't know what gun rules are anymore, and I don't want to speculate. It's too much going on. Darkseid with his throne was probably a good re-release of that Darkseid because he was pretty hard to get. I think that Darkseid, yeah, he comes with a backdrop, or there's 2 versions. Oh god, are those 2 different versions? No, it's one version. He comes with the backdrop of the fire.
Yeah, so. His cardboard fire.
And then Christopher Reeve's Superman comes with 2 different heads. One that's smiling and half smiling, and one that's angry, and then a bunch of hands. And he looks great.
I know one of them is supposed to be the key, but it does look like what was it, Cal Simpsons? The unhonorable rod, carbonated rod or something like that?
Oh, yeah, the inanimate carbon rod.
Rod, yeah. Honestly, I think this movie looks fine. I think some people are hating it a bit too much.
I think it looks great.
I think he looks fine.
It's just Todd's weird funky joints people hate.
Yeah, I think it's just,
it's his funky joints, because I was looking at it, and I was like, man, it looks so weird. The joints just look so off.
But that's just
but it overall looks correct.
Yeah, that's just how Todd does his joints. Where very.
Yeah, I know. Todd is like, how can I give like an arm a tail joint? And everyone's like, no one wants a tail joint on an arm. And he's like, too bad. Here's your Godzilla.
Are you talking with the wrist joint or the rotator cuffs and the shoulder?
Oh, it's just like how he does his weird stuff. He just like always like does weird ass shit that reminds me of like a Godzilla tail for arms when he's trying to like add like bagginess to a cloth or something. He's just like, do this, and I'm like, why does it look like I'm buying a monster on a figure?
Moving on. My least favorite slide of the whole presentation. So they're changing the platinum editions for next year, where instead of there's going to be 2 platinum editions now. There's platinum, which are color chase variants, and red platinum, which are unique character chase variants.
They're making it harder. Great.
And if you thought that was enough, you can get a prop or costume part with Platinum Edition Movie Maniacs. Moving on. There was a slide here that showed the Green Lantern and Superman I forgot to talk about that are Walmart exclusives because I don't know, they just didn't.
The Superman, that Superman could have been great, but he still uses the old Action Comic arms and legs. Like, goddamn, it was so close. Because the has wire cape, and the wire cape is great, but he uses those old legs and limbs, and like, almost there.
Mr. Taduki, oh yay, more difficulty finding what I want. Love that. Yeah, no, exact mood. All right, the next regular retail wave will be Orion, Wildcat, Aqualad, and Action Comics #1 Superman.
No, not Action Comics. No, they already did Action Comics. Yeah, they already did Action
Superman.
The Orion and Wildcat look great.
They do. I don't know what the hell is going on with Garth's face.
Which look at Garth? Is that Don DC? Which Garth?
It's Rebirth, I think.
Rebirth, okay.
He did not look. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Hey, they remember Garth for once. They most quick always keep forgetting about him.
Yep. There's a whole wave based on Justice League Task Force, and I'm not exactly sure if that's the comic or the video game.
They say video game, apparently.
And I don't know why anyone would do this. This is the I'm sorry. Justice League Task Force is not a great game.
Well, it's but kidding. It's not pixel shading because I'm glad about that. They're just doing comic 90 shading because the game has comic 90 shading as the graphics, which is good because I hate pixel shading. That's why I hate about the NECA video game turtle stuff.
Hey,
I
if you have a Megafig Darkseid and wonder why the arms pop off all the time, it turns out it was a pre-tool for a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, here's the thing. This wave is pretty much a get the characters out there again wave, which fine. I don't mind waves like this because it's clearly meant for characters.
And it's easy for me to skip.
But also, stuff like the Flash. Yeah. It was impossible to find the Flash. Flash. Yeah. So glad they're re-releasing him.
But if you want his on masthead now, it's a platinum chase variant.
Yeah. But also I like Arthur's hair. It's so fabulous.
So fabulous. Also,
you want more
is not something I need. I'm sorry, I got to keep moving us because we're lagging on time.
What? Where is this from?
Swamp Thing issue 57 to 58. I don't know which Swamp Thing run, but that's just what they wrote down here.
Okay.
Anyways, we also have they were like, oh, we did Batman and Robin figures. Here's the Batmobile.
So, are you gonna get this one?
I am. I'm all the way down the rabbit hole at this point. So it has lights and sounds. That's great. Kind of a bummer. I have to get a third George Clooney though.
I hope it has.
No. That's a great thing. Getting more George Clooney. Come on.
Here's Todd playing with it like a maniac.
I hope it has the Burger King line in there.
That'd be funny. then they went and they're like, oh yeah, here's the Batman Dawn of Justice figures. They showed off the Platinum Edition Superman False God statue Superman figure.
Interesting.
That's actually backtrack. That's a perfect Platinum Edition. Something nobody wants. And the only value in that figure is driving the fact that it's rare and hard to find, as opposed to all want the question and can't buy the question.
Well, what more? Okay, that's a good figure for like display people because you can I can see some really sick dioramas with that figure.
Right, but the point is, it's not like a figure that everybody wants, right?
Yeah,
it's a niche thing. It'll hold value with its rareness versus the question, which is a figure everybody wants that is for some reason a chase figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's also that's the 2-pack with the guns. There's Christopher Reeve. I believe the Platinum Edition for the Christopher Reeve Superman is the darker colors for the evil Superman from Superman 3.
The Super Dick.
Yep. Then they gave an update on their Joker set. The Joker set will include both Joker and Murray Franklin. What I'm not seeing here, despite this being a 17 plus, not a toy, where's the gun?
He needs the gun.
This is a scene that's very iconic for someone shooting somebody else. Where's the gun? I guess we shall see. Maybe the other accessories aren't shown here. But at least, we said this back when they revealed this and it only came with Joker. I think we said, like, well, why doesn't it come with the host?
No. I think it was always a 2-pack. It was always a 2-pack.
No, it was. I looked it up. It was just Joker in the playset.
Okay,
this is the thing I want to just ask, and this is a legitimate question. Is it a
short question because we still have so much to?
Too bad you got to deal with the question for once. So here's the thing, Mom. What? Regular.
Tell her not now.
Okay. Regular. Okay.
Question,
hold on a minute.
Go on. I'm gonna move on.
Never mind. Next, move on.
Moving on. All right.
Yeah, just gonna have to.
Okay. So the thing that I was gonna say is,
okay,
if Warner Brothers is so anti-gun, right? But all the McFarlane stuff aren't sold in the goddamn toy aisle. Why are they still anti-gun?
But they are.
Yes, they are.
They are in the toy aisle.
Okay.
And they're 4+.
In my area. Okay.
So
in your area is not the rest of the country, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they are still sold in the regular toy aisle at Walmart and Target.
Okay.
But where the rule
doesn't
make sense is that the rule doesn't make sense is that the Batman 2-pack with the guns is also a Walmart exclusive shared with McFarlane Toy Store. That doesn't make any sense. Is like, I can't figure out what the rule is, right? So this 2-pack,
because that's why I'm confused.
This set should come with a gun.
Find them in
because it's a 17 plus, not a toy rating, right? But it doesn't seem to. There's also another 2-pack down here where they're reissuing Thomas Wayne Batman and he has guns, and on the slide it says 17 plus, not a toy.
Well, this is a really good 2-pack because it's a reverse flash on the new Flash body and good way to get Thomas Wayne with the guns out again.
Yep, plus an unmasked head that's not a platinum chase.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a new head too. And that set is exclusive to Target. So I don't know what the rule is, guys. I don't know. It's weird. All right. Circling back around, there is... I'm skipping Todd's weird vinyl stuff. There's a Godzilla Kong. There's a Kong and a Batman 2-pack. That's what I'm talking about.
And the Kong looks like a giant Suvuvi vinyl because I think it only has arms and waist articulation because it's
there's some better pictures of him we'll look at in a moment. Here was a slide showing collector edition with the figures we've already talked about, but Geoforce is there and he is a Target exclusive. And
who's Geoforce again?
He's from The Outsiders.
Okay,
there he is. And then the slide that made everybody go crazy. Oh my God, a woman. Power Girl.
Especially get Power Girl. Not anyone, just Power. I get the Power Girl, the character that's well known. Not getting much toys because it's Booba.
Yep. And she got
Speedy.
She's in her classic look. She comes with Supergirl's cat because that's a thing the comics have been doing lately. Shoot me in the head now. Supergirl, here, Power Girl, have my cat. What?
Look.
Anyways.
She needs some companion. We all need companions.
She has
like
Lilith,
Speedy.
okay? Lilith can be her companion. Anyways. Captain Cold looks to be reusing parts from that Page Puncher's Captain Cold, which I don't mind because that was actually a cool figure.
I like that. I like that figure. Also, I like the proportions.
And then we have the youngest looking Guy Gardner I've ever seen in my life.
This is like James Arnold Taylor voice Guy Gardner right here.
Yeah, but anyways, at least we got Guy. Now we need Jess and Joe. They talked about these, and then they showed a platinum of Joker in the black suit instead of purple. So that's cool. And then they talked about how the Maxi Zeus Build-A-Figure wave is still coming. It just got delayed. They're re-releasing the Batwing, and they're re-releasing Hardak, Bane, Poison Ivy, and Phantasm. It says a Build-A-Figure wave, but they didn't show a Build-A-Figure for those. So there's those. Superpowers isn't dead. Here's a new wave that has Lobo, Jason Todd Robin, the Atom, the Flash, Jay Garrick, Unmasked Batman, and Regeneration Suit Superman.
I actually like the Lobo figure. He looks nice.
He does. He looks very DC.
But he doesn't look very superpowers at all. But maybe that's why I kind of like it because he just looks like a nice like.
Also, Jason Todd Robin. Lobo. When does that ever happen?
Yeah, barely.
Well, and then there was some involved.
Statue stuff. The last thing is they held a fan vote for which figures should get made. The options were Green Lantern Jade, Bizarro, the Guardian, and Eradicator, and of course Green Lantern Jade won. The one thing that we've been saying is there needs to be more women in the line, so of course she put a woman on.
Well, I mean, also he's not just a woman because she's the most unique one because you get two evil Supermen and whoever Guardian was. I forgot who he was.
Exactly. No, Jade is iconic character who's only ever had one figure before. It's a DC Direct figure.
So nice to get.
Is the anti-women thing a full-on Toddism, or is that the the mandate from Warner?
I don't think it's a Warner mandate. I think it's a Toddism caused by the action figure industry.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, because
I don't think Todd doesn't want to make women. I think that it's the Power Ranger issue where it's like the women do just sell worse.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, so many people try to make Todd some sexist asshole. He's like, he's not really.
He's not. He will say insane stuff, but that's because he has ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, he'll say something that's like, wow, this guy really hates women, but then he'll be like, I had to hire Gail Simone to write She Spawn's Origin because a man can't do it. And I'm just like...
Well, yeah, when people, like, say Todd's sexist, like, just look at the comics. His comic company, there's a lot of female writers on there.
And I think that's the thing, is I think that Todd is just, like, he's in that business thing of, like, well, the women don't sell as well, so we're just going to, like... But the thing is, every female figure has been pretty great because there's less of them. And Mr. Tukey says there's 12 fires sitting on Target shelves. Yes, because Fire did not look great.
Yeah.
Starfire didn't shelf for him because she looked amazing. Wonder Woman didn't shelf for him; she looked amazing.
Well, you could barely find Wonder Woman.
Exactly. I think the idea is they're like, let's make every female character look really good so that they sell, so that we don't have to run into that issue. Because I think that's what it is that if they if they sell better, they'll do better. You know, that kind of thing.
It's like Todd hates women. The female figures wouldn't be as good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, here's some in-person shots of some of these things after the panel. The Batman and Robin Batmobile is properly shiny. It's not a matte black; it's a gloss black, as it should be. Inject that into my veins. Take one.
God, it's such a toyetic.
It is. Batmobile. I mean, that was the problem with that movie, right? That like the toy company ran the design team.
Yep.
All right. This is the Batman versus Kong 2-pack. You get a 7-inch Batman, 10-inch...
Another hush repaint.
A 10-inch-ish Kong, and a Page Puncher's Batman that is way too tiny, or way too big to be Batman to go with that Kong, but at least it's something scale-wise.
Bruce is like, behold, mini me.
And like Ryan said earlier, Kong is basically a Sofubi figure. He's got like 6 joints of articulation.
So. Also, hello, early Grodd repaint fodder.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else in the in-person shots. Let's move on to the next thing. Hasbro time.
Oh god.
Hasbro had like the weirdest showing.
So remember when we were watching PostCon and like how bad that was, and we thought, oh, maybe they're saving everything for New York Comic Con. I guess they weren't.
No, they're saving everything for New York Comic Con, MCM London, and 10/27. They have 3 October events. There was literally no reason to have PulseCon in September. They had 3 October events lined up. Like, it's just showing how sort of pointless PulseCon was, because what we're getting, and
it's showing how stupid Hasbro is at whole.
It
both,
is.
yeah,
That whole
both,
face
honestly.
It really is, because the thing is that, like, from a coverage perspective, I'm glad there's less stuff to talk about, but they look pathetic as a company with these tiny showings of things.
It's kind of crazy how the old CEO knew what was going on.
Yeah. So it's just what we're at. We're just gonna blow through this though. It was a long stream, whatever. Ghostbusters. The big reveal for Ghostbusters was the Haslab Ecto-1. I refuse to call it Ectomobile. I don't know where that name came from.
All right, so because it's both Ectos, so they had to make it general.
Yes.
All right, so this kind of because we already covered this last week, so kind of TLDR.
The speculation was correct that there would be 2 tiers. You either get the base Ecto-1 or you get the parts to make Ecto-1A plus the base Ecto-1. The part I did not guess was that the 4 Ghostbusters 2 figures would be included in the deluxe tier. Like,
which makes sense because that's all the Ghostbusters 2 stuff.
What makes sense as well, but the thing is the price is crazy, because for $75 you get 4 whole figures, a whack of accessories, plus an extra roof, plus extra hubcaps.
Like, where's Lewis? Where's Lewis Tully?
Lewis Tully is the 2-week bonus. So if it gets funded within 2 weeks, he's the early. Where's he at? You get Tully. Everybody gets Tully if it funds within 2 weeks. And currently we're sitting at 5,571 backers out of 12,000.
Halfway.
So it's doable. There. It's doable. We're halfway there after a weekend. It's doable, and he's the only thing that's not in the base package. There are no tiers. There are no tiers. Here's what you get between the two. The base model is basically the car, the 2 ghosts, the rack, and some accessories. And then the deluxe tier, $75 more. You get a second roof. You get extra hubcaps. You get 4 Ghostbusters, 4 proton packs, 4 proton streams, 2 slime launchers, and 2 slime launcher effects. Honestly, for $400, this is one of the best values of a Haslab I've seen.
Yeah, no, definitely. Honestly, yeah, you're getting a bang for your buck.
Yeah,
really.
The car is 22 inches long, and its height varies depending on which version. It has lights and sounds.
It's pure 6-inch scale, right? Like you can actually put the 6-inch figures like properly instead of a conga line, right?
It is proper 6-inch scale, as you can see from the interior pics here. All 4 doors open. The hood opens. The roof comes off, so it'll be easier to put figures inside. They detailed out the interior, the steering wheel, the radios. You can pull the radio down and have a character hold it. You can fit all of the proton packs in the back. It has a whack of lights. There's so many LEDs on it, and it makes the siren sound. So it's a full package. You get the library ghost, which of course is the first ghost you see in the movie, so that's appropriate. You get Slimer, which is it's insane we didn't get him before. And then, of course, if you get the deluxe package, you get all 4 of the Ghostbusters 2 uniforms. They did confirm they are brand new head sculpts and new likenesses.
That's good.
The uniforms we have noticed are basically repaints, but that's appropriate for what they are. Tully, like we said, 2-week bonus. The only downside, like Benjamin said, the stickers. You will have to put on the caution stripe stickers and the other decals to make it.
Oh yeah, I was wondering. I was like, where are the stripes?
Yeah, instead of, I don't think they could have done removable panels. That would have been a little bit much. My dad came up with the perfect idea how to display this, and I agreed with him on this. This sounds amazing. He said, set up your shelf so that it's sitting in the corner, right, like diagonally, so you can see like one side of the car. So you put the stickers on one side for the Ecto-1A, and then you just have the regular one without stickers. And then you can just, so if you want to, and you can just display it in the corner as the Ecto-1. But then if you want it as the Ecto-1A, you display it in the other corner of the shelf, and then you just swap the roof and you're good.
Oh yeah, I kind of wish there were magnetic strip as Hellfire for that, because I feel that that'll be easier, but I'm not sure that'll be doable.
I don't know if it's doable, but maybe we'll get an update on it, because the one thing they didn't talk about at the panel or in the video, they just kind of glossed over it. They may be trying to work it out.
Yeah, because that you do stickers, you're stuck like that like forever. Scenario.
As a reminder, Haslabs do not charge until the campaign ends, which will be December 2nd. So if you're wanting to back it now, so we can get totally unlocked.
I think it's gonna do well. This is something that Ghostbusters fans have been asking since the Matty Collector's Day.
You're forgetting something. Ghostbusters fans are more starved than G.I. Joe fans.
It is
they
true.
buy anything.
No, definitely.
They have lower standards.
I backed
Ghostbusters fans have lower standards.
I backed this within 30 minutes of it going up because I was like, "Yep, I'm in. Let's go." It looks great.
I mean, also it's just like Wheels because it's just the whole frustration for every Ecto-1 because never was there was an Ecto-1 that can hold all 4 Ghostbusters before.
Yeah.
It's only like 2.
And Mattel never made good on their promise to make an Ecto-1. So and Diamond Select never did it. So this is great.
It's also a good deal.
94 Coon says, "What if we could buy both Ecto-1 at once?" You can. They'll let you buy up to 5. So if you want to buy a deluxe package and a regular, and then have both on display, you can totally do that.
I think it's also a really smart move for doing the deluxe package like that because the figures are the Plasma series is so old that I'm pretty sure you can't find those anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a good way for collectors who never pick up the Classic Series line and just want a complete like Ghostbusters package. I think it's a great deal for newcomers of the line.
And people who already have the figures and just want the Ecto, they can just get the Ecto. I think this is a really smart. This is a really smart campaign. I got to give them a lot of credit for this one.
So what you're telling me is that it would allow me to Ecto-Phase activate.
Yes. Yes, it will. I'll say that when my bank calls me and asks me if it's a fraudulent charge. This is great. I think this is... And also, I mean, outside of a Janine and a Vigo, like, this kind of completes Plasma series. For the most part. I want a Janine, though. Just throw up on Pulse or something.
You're forgetting what else we need now.
3-pack. Ghostbusters 1 look, Ghostbusters 2 look, and Frozen Empire Janine. Let's do them all.
You're forgetting we need Haslab, Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man.
You know what? We kind of do.
We build a figure Vigo.
You know what? Vigo and Janine could be the bonus figures to come with Stay Puft.
Stay Puft. Yeah.
That would be perfect, actually. I would be down for that. All right. Moving on. Marvel Legends had one reveal. And that is insane to say because I've never seen Marvel reveal that few things.
I mean, it's a big one.
It's a big one, but I've seen them reveal a wave of figures on top of a Haslab before. So they have not done Giannis yet. They could do Giannis and Vigo as a 2-pack. Anyways. All right. The X-Men 97 Sentinel is the next made-to-order Marvel Legends item. Pre-order ship on approximately October 1st. Dan Yoon, who works on Marvel Legends, said, "Hey, folks, here's what I did. You should probably do it too. Set a calendar alert in September to remind you that it's coming out." Which sounds to me that October 1st may not be 100% accurate, but that's how Hasbro dates go. So, you know. It's going to be in the range, though. It's not going to be like 3 months early. Because it's made to order. Because a lot of discussion about Hasbro's dates has been, are those just saturation dates? Which makes sense for retail product. But if it's made to order, all those will be showing up at once. So it's probably closer to accurate. But anyways, for 175 bones, you get a 22-inch tall Sentinel who comes with battle damage effect parts, blast effects, fully articulated fingers, and it makes me go, oh, wow, we don't ever need to do a Marvel Haslab again if this is possible, because that's basically the same package value as Giant Man.
It's like, what, $25 cheaper than Giant Man?
It's $25 cheaper because Giant Man had all the face printing tech, right? But this is rad. I think this is a great option because a lot of people are wanting a Sentinel, especially with X-Men 97 out, and I think
the only thing I feel like is missing is wires, like the cables.
Yeah, the tentacles.
Because the Haslab ones are compatible, but like for people who miss out on the Haslab, I feel like there was I feel like they should include the tentacles also.
I wonder if the tentacles would have bumped it to 200 and they didn't want to do that.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Doc Ock arms can work also.
Yeah, I'm curious. That's the only part I think that's the bummer about it. Otherwise, I think it's great. If you're wanting a cheaper Sentinel than this, though, I think the Titan series one's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't. Gosh, God forbid someone who has the money to make a whole army of a Sentinel army with their like Haslabs and know that these guys.
Because these are made to order, there's no order limit. I saw someone order 34 of them on Twitter.
Oh God, it's like $1,000 or something. That man,
$1,700, I think. Something like that.
It's like, my God, how rich are you?
Yeah. Falcon's Tech does bring up a good point as well. Falcon's Tech says $175 is exceptionally good, and you consider the cost of shipping is built into the price. It's really about a $150 figure. Makes the Haslab Sentinel seems like a raw deal in hindsight. I mean, the Haslab Sentinel did also come with 2 other figures.
When I told this to Muteki when he asked me Friday, I said this makes having the Haslab superfluous outside of the fact that it's just taller and has master mold parts.
The master mold head. My Haslab Sentinel is now just gonna become my master mold now. because I think this.
To be
That's
fair,
what
also,
exactly
I mean,
we
to
were
be
telling
fair,
Techie.
also, it depends if you like the design or not, because
This
some
is
of you might
true.
just prefer.
I think some
You
people,
know,
because the Sentinel for Haslab was the House of X design. I think this skews more classic, not just for X-Men '97 and the animated stuff, but also classic. It's very classic Sentinel. I think it's great though, and I think that some people are
really
maybe
love the
selling their
bow
Haslab
damage.
ones. So if you've been wanting to get a Haslab Sentinel, keep an eye out on eBay.
I love the bow damage face. I think there's some really cool sculpting work there.
I love the fact though that Soundout said, people are gonna probably actually sell off their duplicates just to keep one as master mold now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
what was the point of having like 4 or 5 Haslab Sentinels in the first goddamn place?
I mean,
well, okay, because they only did that to take army build, but now
Yep.
they're making it more.
Well, yeah, I know,
affordable.
but I'm saying like
Mhm.
that was still ridiculous in the first place.
I don't mind when people buy insane numbers of stuff when it's things like Haslab, because that just helps the campaign, or when it's made to order. It's when I see people buy like 30 of a rare figure that nobody can find in stores that I'm like, wish you'd just save some for some other people.
I mean, there's also
for anyone wondering, you have until November 26th to pre-order this. They do not charge until it ships. So
like in terms of the future Marvel Haslabs, I think some people are discussing in our Discord, but I think they really just want to save the Marvel Haslab as a big ticket item because I think they're running out of characters to do that for now.
I think Fing Fang Foom is the only character you can make as a Haslab now.
Yeah,
really. But I am glad to see this. I'm excited about it. There was
Wait,
one other.
There's got to be at least one more other character other than Fing Fang Foom that would count.
No, they've made everybody that can actually sell. Because Giant Man already done. Like who else is?
I don't think
big?
I don't think anybody.
Aren't there a few other obscure like Fantastic Four monsters?
I don't think Celestials will sell at all.
No, I mean you could do a Celestial as a made to order, maybe.
Yeah,
Apocalypse,
but not as a Haslab.
Apocalypse wouldn't need to be a Haslab because they just showed us they can make a 22-inch figure as a made to order.
Yeah,
and maybe it's because they're betting on people buying more than one. That could be a factor as well. Kyle, Robbie Reyes should be in this new made-to-order format with a smaller car. Moteki says Onslaught. I have not read Onslaught. Was Onslaught that big in the comics, or was that just a Marvel vs. Capcom thing?
No, there was a whole arc.
I know. I know about the character. I'm just saying size-wise, because in MVC he was massive.
You mean him being huge like that?
Yeah.
Like it was just his hand. I don't think.
Couldn't he shift his size?
So Onslaught in the comics, in his regular form, when he's like super buff Magneto, is I think no bigger than a Hulkbuster.
Right, that's why they made the Build-A-Figure before that.
Yeah, he's not.
But then there's that monster version of him, which is like slightly bigger,
but not kaiju size like he was in NBC, right?
No, it's never like video game boss battle size where he would be like the size of maybe a Gundam.
Yeah. Falcon's Tech says, have they not figured out a Spider-Man Haslab? Big wheel. Make big wheel.
No, you know what they need to do for Haslab? Just do the animated series Spider Slayers.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be really cool.
That actually would
those are the ones that people remember.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you maybe made for Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur,
Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl as a made to order be perfect.
Because you guys know what's
Moon Boy also.
Yeah, might as well.
If I recall, some of the Spider Slayers in the comics, they're essentially just Sentinels, smaller.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I know people said Leopardon. I just don't know where the legality lies with that between.
Yeah, that might be a legal issue with that problem.
Bandai. Okay. And then the next thing,
perfect made for order. I know it's not a.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse Kingpin.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wall, Mr. Walking Wall. See you later, Sentai Ranger Donnie. They did confirm though there is more X-Men +97 Marvel Legends coming, which is, I mean, that's a no-duh kind of announcement, but it's nice to hear.
I hope we get Bastion in both his like regular form and his like cyborg anime angel form.
I also want some of the mutants that died on Genosha because they never had figures before. Give us Herman Glob. All right.
When you get cable, especially since MVC2 cables is forever sold out now.
Transformers.
Ugh.
Transformers. Okay, let's go with the best thing they announced for Transformers, which was the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting because that was announced before the panel, so I keep forgetting.
It was announced as part of Walmart CollectorCon because this is a Walmart exclusive for some stupid ass reason.
Let's see. Welcome back, Star Wars Transformers.
Yep, they did confirm you can fit a vintage collection size Grogu in the dome, so that's cute. He's got blast effects, and his shield, his cape becomes a stand with a shield.
Which is really, I love that. That's really clever. Part used there.
Mm.
You know what they should have done? They should have made Grogu a headmaster into Mando's
that would have been
head.
perfect. I would have loved that. But yeah, it looks really neat. All right, now for Transformers reveals at the show, Hatchet's out of the void.
He's free.
He's free.
No longer lost.
And unlike Hound, he didn't get stuck to a 5-pack.
You know, like I like to think he was stuck in the what was the land in Deadpool Wolverine? The nothingness.
The TVA void.
Yeah, I like that he was lost there. And he finally got picked up.
Yeah,
picked up.
We've got
who's out of the hole?
Hatchet from Dark of the Moon.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought you said Ratchet, and I was like, what?
Double Punch. It's a repaint of Scorponok. Looks great. I'll buy it. I won't pre-order it, but I'll buy it. I like that mold. Give me more weird colored scorpions. I'm all
I mean, it's still a repaint.
Yep. There's a trend here. Here's Studio Series Galvatron. If you tell me that this is Studio Series Galvatron, I don't believe you. I think I'm looking at the Legacy one, and then I look at the box, and I'm like, okay, that's the Studio Series. This is literally the same toy. I know the paint purple is different, but like, don't even at me. I cannot tell the difference. I don't know if I'm stupid or what. But...
Oh, super chat from $2 from Miteki. Galvatron A6 like double dry 2.0 is accurate.
It's accurate, but the Double Driver 2.0 actually adds things. This is just the same exact toy in a different color.
Yeah, so like Kingdom Galvatron had the battle damage, but he was also like a purplish pink, right? And then the Legacy one, was that just the same thing but without the battle damage?
It was practically the same thing.
And they fixed the shoulders because the shoulders were assembled wrong on the Kingdom ones.
Yeah. Here, the Studio Series has the more film-accurate bluish purple, but still, it's just the same goddamn toy that shelf form in multiple areas.
Yes, but she's got a new hat.
Now it's a darker
Tanuki,
bluish purple.
She doesn't even have a new hat. Malibu Stacy's hat is just a different color.
Yeah. God, I'm sick of this. It's not even a bad mold, but I'm sick of
this
it.
This is great if you've never bought Galvatron somehow before now, but if you already do, hey, everyone's least favorite Seeker mold is back in purple.
And that's it.
Yep, okay. And that was it, guys. I guess Ape Link was found dead in a ditch. I guess that Bumblebee is found dead. It was weird. The listings showed, like, the listings we had said there was going to be a Movie 6 Bumblebee and Ape Link in this wave.
Movie 6 Bumblebee. Wouldn't that be... Wait, would that be just be Bumblebee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a redone version, I guess. Or is that or a repack?
And it does need a redo.
Yeah, it really needs
a redo. Oh, that's right. Muteki, or Hellfire said, this is a new gun mold. Yeah, I just noticed that. It's not, it is a smaller barrel. It's more, there's one new piece on this toy. It's the gun.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, like, what? Like, I thought they were going to reveal Age of the Primes at New York Comic Con.
They said Studio Series.
Okay.
And the listings, at least, Ape Link would have been more interesting as a heavy retool of Optimus Primal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Hellfire. Skywarp. Skywarp has a new gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least there's that.
That's it.
I gotta tell you guys that we talked about this with what was it? United Wave 4 of how like
5.
No, Wave
United
4.
Wave 5.
Remember when Wave 4 had one new mold, one retool, and everything else was a repaint?
Oh yeah.
One new mold, Hatchet, technically one retool, Skywarp because he has a new gun, and then repaints. What is going on with Transformers is a question I'm asking because every wave they've shown lately, and like I know Legacy Wave, United Wave 5 was supposed to be a filler wave where we only got, one new figure and then everything was repacks. That's fine. What is going on with the budgets at Transformers where all we got new was a mold that should have been released 2 years ago at Target? And everything else is just a repaint.
Unless they're saving all the money for either Age of the Primes or the TF1 stuff took all the budget scenario.
I'm absolutely. I think already. I've already gone on about we have too many damn lines, right? Studio Series and Legacy should be one line, but like,
back when it was just pure Babe versus movies, yes, it should be a separate line.
But now as soon as they started mixing G1 stuff, and then they started doing video game stuff, it's like these are just two different flavors of the same line, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, But we know that Studio Series Devastator is going to get revealed at 10/27 on 10/27. That they announced that.
So weird. It's so weird that
they did say they're going to reveal all of Devastator and tell us the dates on when we can order every part of it.
Okay, that's nice, but it's kind of weird to doing this because aren't usually the 10/27 streams just bonuses?
Yeah, they're
before,
Pulse Premium member exclusives,
quote unquote.
And yet they're holding their biggest reveal for Transformers this fall for that. I also got to say that, like, yeah, Comment Jojo, we're still here. And Hellfire says, Evan said that Studio Series 86 is basically done the next 2 years. Yeah, they're running out of characters. The thing is that I know we're supposed to, according to listings, we're getting Superion next year, right? Are we losing the budget on everything just to make all these combiners again?
It feels like sometimes.
Because that feels like it right now. It feels like Studio Series this wave got budget sucked because they're doing Devastator.
Yeah, I think it feels like, because he's the thing, like, one of those, like I'm glad they're making new Devastator because Combiner Wars is bad and old.
I have Unite Warriors and I'm happy with mine.
Well, good for you. Some of us didn't have the money or like ability
I know.
to.
Now you can get a smaller one that's better engineered.
Unite Warriors, man.
It's all but confirmed this is going to be the size of Menasor, and I think that's great. That's
good.
Fun. It's just
that's good.
Yeah, that's what I told Muteki because I said on Friday he asked me, and I said, Muteki, if it's the same size as the Titans Class 1, I will be skipping this 100%.
It's going to be the size of Menasor, which I think is
exactly
better.
Because if I can't recreate Bruticus, Menasor, Devastator, the Punch of Frickin' Doom, then what's the frickin' point? Yeah. Also, where's my goddamn breakdown? Where's my reissue of breakdown?
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole different conversation, but anyways.
I mean, also, like, because as someone who didn't collect anything, I just completely skipped Combiner Wars when it was coming out, and I'm kind of glad I did because the Combiner Wars system, while fun, it's very
quick. By the end of that year, I was tired of it.
You were still in school. You didn't probably have the allowance for it back then.
That's it. Yeah, that was definitely the case. But yeah,
I think this is great. And I will say that, like, but I'm like, why did you not even at least like show us a silhouette or something? Like,
yeah,
it's too much right now. And Hellfire just DM'd me the Studio Series listings. Is it all retools and repaints next year?
Outside
I
of
think I don't know what happened to Ape Link, but I would have felt good if Ape Link was in this reveal set because that would have been.
We don't have the Ape Link. We don't have the Ape Link. He died.
I know, but like it would have been nice to have at least seen something newer. Okay, so next year's Studio Series listings include Double Punch repaint, Hatchet, that mold that got out of the void, Movie 6 Bumblebee, which for some reason didn't show up. For some reason, a repack of Perceptor, like he didn't show for him already. TF1 Starscream, that's new. TF3Q, that's new. 86 Bone Crusher, that's part of Devastator. 86 Jazz Refresh, even though, whatever. 86 Scavenger Deluxe, Devastator. Autobot Soldier, that would be new. Widowmaker, I don't know who that is.
Is that... Wait, Widowmaker?
Widowmaker. Okay,
Widowmaker.
So I know what that is. It's a concept.
Okay, cool. Voyager Skywarp repaint. Rise of the Beast Prime package refresh.
Wait, is that Skywarp the Gamer Edition one?
Yeah, that's the War for Cybertron Skywarp, the one we just saw.
Okay, wasn't sure that was like the one.
War for Cybertron Ironhide isn't. Did we already have Ratchet?
Yes, he just came out.
TF1 Sentinel Prime, that's new. War for Cybertron Thundercracker repaint. Voyager Scrapper, Voyager Mixmaster, Devastator. Leader Ape Link, Leader Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Leader Shockwave, Dark of the Moon Shockwave package refresh. 86 Grimlock package refresh. Leader 86 Megatron. Leader 86 Galvatron, who's a repaint. Commander 86 Hook and Long Haul, because that's apparently how they're doing it.
Why, is it a 2-pack or separate figures?
Apparently a 2-pack of the two of them. And then A-level B-127, A-level Devastation Optimus Prime, and not on this list is A-level Transformers 1 Elita 1, which was revealed. It seems like all the new molds are going to be Devastator and 1, and then everything else is pretty much repaints with a couple minor things here and there, like Q. Autobot Soldier may be might be a Gamer Edition Sideswipe retool. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so
for Devastator, it's 2 Deluxes, 2 Voyagers, and 1 Commander 2-pack.
Okay,
Widowmaker, for you guys just wondering, Widowmaker is what Stinger was originally going to be. It was going to be a fembot, so she most likely will be reusing the Pagani shell, but she'll be a new like a tooling, most likely inside
female,
the Pagani.
female, yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
All right.
If you look her up, she looks like the evil villain from Reboot with like a weird like
like hexadecimal
tail, like with a xenomorph tail.
All right.
I think the problem with the C series line is more of the problem of I think they're clearly running out of characters, so they really need to find out they're trying to find a way to stretch the line.
And they need to reissue characters, which is hilarious.
Honestly, if they were just gonna do more reissues, that would be helpful. Because I'm
missing characters.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull up the concept art for this Widowmaker.
Yeah, you got to see it. It's pretty cool.
Oh my god! Oh, here she is.
You're gonna say it matches my description pretty well. She does look like hexadecimal.
I might actually buy a toy of that if it turns out looking that nice.
It's like how I want the real Chaos Eye Boss design. The one we keep getting is just Nitro Zeus with like nothing.
Yep. All right, ready to move on to Star Wars? This will be quick.
Please.
Hold on, guys. I got to move on to Star Wars.
I don't care about Star Wars.
All right, Commander Cody's getting a brand new mold, head to toe, removable helmet, as well as the hologram of Palpatine.
That jerk. That jerk.
Still want to know what happened to him. And he will be part of the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary card back line. I instantly felt old.
Yeah, no, right.
20 years. All right. Walmart exclusive.
I'm still waiting for that to kick in for me.
Yeah, Walmart exclusive. Here's Kid 1 from Skeleton Crew named Fern. Is that the name, or is that just the code name? Yep, nope, that's Fern. Kid number... Oh, no. Jude Law, who's playing somebody.
I just like you just calling them Kid 1, Kid 2, Kid 3.
That's all they are to me. I haven't seen the show, so I have no attachment to any of these things.
Your dad, you called him... Your dad, you called him Goonie 1, Goonie 2, Goonie 3.
Jode Na Wood. Who makes Star Wars names? They suck, guys. Like,
I can tell you, it's a dartboard.
God, all right, Jude Law. Kid 2. She's got the cool goggles that makes her look like a Tron character. What's her name? KB.
Num.
KB. She's named after that toy store that used to exist. Here's baby Max Rebo.
See, that's my age. That's how to hit me in the age.
Neil. His name's Neil. And then we have Wolf Pirate Guy.
Neil Armstrong.
Wolf Pirate Guy is like the only one I actually want.
Wolf Pirate
because
Guy.
Look at him. He's a Wolf Pirate.
I'm not gonna lie, that should just be his name. Jerry, write that down. We're stealing that one. Wolf Pirate Guy.
Wolf Pirate Guy. His name is he's Pirate Captain Brutus.
So what you're saying is he's a One Piece character.
He's a horse.
Might as well be.
Also, I do like the blue elephant.
Yes. Then we have Kid 4. Kid 4 here. Walks straight off the set of Stranger Things and onto this. Whim. It's funny because I think that's how we found out all these character names. It's from the toys. They're also
we're back in just like the ye old days.
I know we're back. And Dr. Evazan from the Cantina scene is coming back out, which he was the first vintage collection figure. And it makes sense because the Cantina is coming out. So, it's like, there he is in case you missed him about the Cantina. Sabine and her frickin' wolf is coming out in Vintage Collection. And I'm kind of jealous it's not coming out in Black Series. But then again, it'd be like $150 in Black Series. So maybe I'm not. But it's pretty rad. It's got Lockjaw thing where instead of having sitting legs, you get sitting legs instead of articulation. And
Dog to din in this case, I guess.
Yes. And then we got a Snowtrooper redo with a cloth skirt, which is pretty rad. So the thing's not a traffic cone anymore. That's for Vintage Collection. And then Vintage Collection Jude Law. I already forgot his stupid made-up name. That's the Star Wars reveals. If you were looking for anything in Black Series that wasn't Skeleton Crew, you got Cody.
That jerk.
Yep. And then adding to this, they said... I forgot to pull the link up. They said they're not going to be doing as many pipeline reveals, and I think that applies to all of...
Because they know how bad they've been being.
The 3-year wait on Kiadi Mundi kind of killed a lot of us. I'm not gonna lie, and I think they realize that, and so because of that, they are going to be doing less. Falcon Tech says Yakface said that Savaggio Press should still be this month. Is that gets revealed and goes up for pre-order this month or released? Because I know we saw Savaggio Press parts leak out of a factory, and that makes me concerned we haven't seen them yet. So yeah, G.I. Joe came to play.
So guys, surprise! G.I. Joe has the best reveals.
Yeah, G.I. Joe actually had stuff, which is awesome. Totally cool. G.I. Joe had the funniest presentation by far, and I'll show you guys why in a moment. It made me chuckle because I was following the tweets live. Okay, here we go. So let's switch over to this and click G.I. Joe's there. Okay, so Falcon Tech says, keep in mind they started doing a pipeline in order to get ahead of leaks. They must realize that was a losing battle. Yep. Okay, so G.I. Joe's panel started with, due to unexpected shifts in production, many of our 2025 G.I. Joe product shipments will be delayed. We're working hard to minimize the delay and keep you updated. We appreciate the support of the G.I. Joe fan community. They made this statement, and without saying it, they basically said, oh, things will be delayed. That doesn't mean we're slowing down. This might explain the October 2025 dates on the most recent wave they showed at PulseCon. They say unexpected shifts in production. What says to me, are they moving from Vietnam to China for G.I. Joe?
So they're moving back?
Because G.I. Joe Classified started in Vietnam, because that was during their budget cutting time. So I wonder if they're moving G.I. Joe back to China, where Transformers still in Vietnam, but like where Star Wars and Marvel's in China. Like maybe they're trying to consolidate production. Anyways, first digital reveal of Footloose. Not the movie, but the figure that looks vaguely like Pedro Pascal could play him in a movie. That's pretty cool. There is I forgot the name of this, just bear with me. It's a bunker that comes with a Viper. But basically it's like a field bunker and it's modular, so you can like stack multiples on top of each other.
That's really cool. I love all honestly my favorite part of the cosplay line is all these like accessory like diorama playset bits.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I love dioramas. Go ask Super 7 for one. You'll get a good one.
Yeah, I love $55 piece of plastic cardboard background.
I really like this bunker idea. 94 Coon says, I wonder if they would move G.I. Joe to the U.S. The only reason they won't is because the U.S. There's no factories for making toys in the U.S. and also
it was the U.S. There's none.
Okay,
right.
So the problem is most factories were chased out of America.
Well, the thing I was going to add to this was the U.S. is also not the center point of the world in terms of the distribution network. The reason why manufacturing in China is still the preferred method. Vietnam was cheaper, but it's not worked out because of quality problems. But the reason why China's become the hub is because the distribution network for exporting goods to multiple countries, which Hasbro does being a global company, it's centered in China. Like everything comes in and out of China, basically. So you might as well just have it leave China and then go spreading around to the rest of the world.
It is weird because Bandai's been doing more stuff with Vietnam, but like when they first started out, they were really bad. But like honestly, now they gotten really good. Like honestly, I think some of the Vietnam figure releases feel a bit better than some.
I think there was some growing pains, but it's really become a good spot for toy manufacturing. I do think though that the reason why, and I'm just speculating, I have no idea if this is why the delays. It's just my guess. But if G.I. Joe is moving from Vietnam to China, I think that would be so that Hasbro has all of their production in one place instead of being spread between two countries.
Yeah,
because that just makes sense. All right, moving on. They're doing so they've renamed the 60th anniversary line, which was doing the generic Joe characters, right? The ones that could be anybody, the action soldier, the action sailor. It's going to be called the Legacy Collection starting next year because, well, the 60th is over. So
I'm glad you're continuing this line.
I need that. I need that fireman.
I'm glad they're continuing this line because this is one of the coolest things Classified has done. Because not only just like cool like figures, but it's like I just like the idea of just like generic action figure men.
I like it
this.
too.
They can be in any.
I want those jaws of life.
Any display. Yeah, they could be in any display, not just G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and so you got a firefighter. Looks great. I think these figures are awesome. Next
Is that
up,
a blanket?
I can't wait.
Yeah, that was a
I can't
fire
wait till the
blanket,
Lightning
yeah.
Collection's back.
Oh yeah, because we can make our Carter Grayson figure now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Once the Lightning Collection's back, nothing can stop us. Mass produced, yada yada yada.
Yep.
Big Zam.
So remember the Mass Device teaser?
Zombie.
Remember the Mass Device teaser from PulseCon? Well, they revealed a very specifically themed to one episode 2-pack of Snake Eyes with his glowing radiation hands when he did his Spock moment of I'm gonna take the radiation, and then he comes with the frickin' polar bear that attacked him.
This 2-pack's funny because
It's
I love it. You
hilarious.
have bear and man dying of radiation poison action figure.
Like it's like what's gonna kill him first, the radiation or the bear?
Sometimes I whittle the future.
Also, I'm not buying this for Snake Eyes. I'm buying this for the bear.
Don't forget they arrested that bear.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I do like he comes with the bear trap.
Yeah, and I love how it comes with like a piece of fur with the arrows stuck in it too, from when Scarlet shot it.
Like, damn, I need this now, and I'm gonna spray paint it black, and then I'm gonna get all my samurai figures to fight it and recreate Kisagake with action figures, and then send a photo. Then send a photo of it to Matt Kenryu and see if he gets triggered.
And that's just why G.I. Joe is the best Hasbro line.
I want that bear so I can have it fight my Yujiro figure.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the gun is the rifle weapons up is for Snake Eyes, but since it's with the bear scissors, I thought the rifle was for the bear.
I mean, it was an 80s cartoon. Anything could happen.
Oh my god! Now I want to figure out how to get the bear to hold the gun.
That's a killing machine right there.
This is going to be the hot seller of 2025 for G.I. Joe.
Guys, I need to do a scene now where the bear has the chain in its mouth, swinging it around like a mace while holding the gun, firing it off like it's a rifleman.
This is literally the case, though. What's the Hellboy comic?
Jerry, draw that for me.
The Hellboy comic.
Well, write it down. There's a bunch of things he said.
Is that a monkey? He's got a gun.
A gun.
Is that a polar bear? He's got a gun. Guys, this is the greatest
maybe he wouldn't have lost to Yujiro if he had the gun.
I like. So is this 2-pack Louis just was it hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby scenario here?
Yes, it is. In case of actual nuclear fallout is happening here. I love G.I. Joe, guys, because you can do this and it's justified in universe, and it's gonna sell like hotcakes, guys. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna bite.
Listen, we just did all the promotion for it.
We did.
Send us free copies, Hasbro. Send us free copies.
We promise we'll stop. We'll stop roasting you so hard.
Just give us G.I. Joe stuff and some Marvel Legends stuff, and we'll call it good. You already took
the bus I take to the store. I should take to Hasbro because apparently they're right there.
Yeah, they're kind of close to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new retro wave. I'm not going to go into this too deep. It's the Cobra Viper, Dr. Mindbender, and Rock and Roll in more retro-inspired looks.
Really great to reuse in mind because he was a PulseCon before,
yeah,
right?
Mindbender was PulseCon before, and this time he does have the Cobra logo on the back of the cape, like people were asking.
Does he have a soft goods cape?
Yeah, it's a soft goods cape. It's a faux leather kind of look. That was the same case with the PulseCon one. But it's nice he's out again. They did say he would come out again. The Viper not being Target exclusive is great. Because those stupid it was. I think this is a great Rock and Roll if you were itching for a vintage one, but that modern redesign that the Energon universe picked up on is just now my Rock and Roll forever. So I'm not gonna.
Because I want to get the Mar. If the Mar one's still available, if I can find it, I definitely want to pick that one up. But I can't,
with the tattoos.
Yeah, if I can't, I'll pick up this one. If I can't find the modern one.
All right, the name only reveals had imagery. Darklon, Destro's brother, who was just in the Destro comic. So,
what's his name?
Darklon.
Okay, I heard you say Darkon, and I was like, "Get out!" No,
Darkon and I had this conversation already when he was reading Destro, and he was like, "Wait, is this me?"
Well, is he incompetent?
And Crystal Ball is the next reveal. Crystal Ball here is one of the goofiest villains. I know Pixel Dan's been pushing for Crystal Ball, so thanks, Dan. And then version 4 Snake Eyes, which they used a comic cover, which I thought was nice. Throw some love to that. This is the one with the ski goggles and the blue and stuff, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then they teased a vehicle, which I couldn't tell you what it is, but it looks neat. It's a vehicle. I'm in. Best line. Still the best line, guys. No doubt.
Speaking of quick thoughts on the paperback version of the Skybound Marvel G.I. Joe compendium.
Should I give thoughts on something I was never going to buy anyways?
Well, in terms of like, because remember, it's
so
it's good.
For those that don't know, the Skybound reprint of the G.I. Joe comics is coming out in a compendium format, which is a paperback. And they said in the announcement article it's going to be on newsprint, which is a thin material. And the final copy came out. My comic shop got one, and I picked it up off the shelf, and it was almost weightless. And it was the weirdest experience because it's a book that's like 7 inches thick, and I was like, oh, that's going to be pretty heavy. And I picked it up, and it was like lifting air. It was weird.
Was it like cheap, or is it all right?
It's all right. I think that a lot of people would have preferred. Glossy paper, or even like a matte paper like DC uses. It's definitely lighter than that. It's thicker than the Lobo Compendium, but weighs about 1/10 of the weight. And so it kind of throws me off a little bit when I look at it.
Is it still good to pick up for people who want to get into the Marvel comic?
The problem I have with it is that I think the paper quality might be on par with like Viz 3-in-1s.
Yeah, but it is still good value to get for people who want to get into the Marvel. It's still good value
to get 50 issues for $65.
Okay. Because I no matter what, I want to get it.
The problem I have with it is that it's one of those things of like, I think it's still good to pick up if you haven't read the book before, because there's not really a better option.
Yeah, I don't want us to be like Comic Gate, like no.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't want to comment on it for this reason, because personally I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I'm in a different level of wanting the. I bought the Kickstarter, so I'm already in like.
You bought the Kickstarter.
I wanted the best version of it. So is this version good? Probably. But the thing I would be concerned about it is longevity, because I don't know how long that spine is going to last, but the lighter pages means that spine's probably going to be fine, because it's the thickest spine I've ever seen in my life.
So if you just take care of your books in general, I think you're fine.
If you take care of it, it should be fine. I don't think it's going to be like Bible paper, like the Viz 3-in-1s. But don't buy it expecting like Marvel or DC quality paper.
Get it if you want to read the story.
Get it if you want to read the stories. Don't expect it to be... Because it's not like the Invincible compendiums, which are on matte paper, but those are on very thick paper. This is very thin paper. It gives you a very good classic comic book feel, but you got to be careful with it. Because I don't know... Because I haven't seen anybody try to tear a page out yet. Because I don't know who...
Like, as someone who just wants to read the comic, I'm getting it. I don't care if it's like thin, like weightless. Yeah. I've been wanting to read Larry Hama's story for a long time, and if I just want to read it.
I think what it comes down to is I think it's going to be a good reading copy if you want to read it like once, maybe twice.
Yeah,
it's that third round. I'm not exactly sure. You know what I mean? It's just it's a bizarre experience because I think that what I'm hoping is that they still sell well. And that the paper stock doesn't turn people off of it. But I don't think it will. So.
Do casual people really care? Because I feel that's the market.
I don't know. Because I don't know if casual people care, because I'm not casual. I'm the farthest thing from casual. So it's kind of a thing where I want...
Well, that's the thing.
I want somebody who is casual to pick it up and tell me how they feel about it.
Okay, me. Because I just want to read Larry Hama stories.
You would be a better test for it than me. Which is why I didn't film any footage of it when I saw it at the shop or anything. I was just like, nah, I'm not the one.
I have an idea.
I'm not the one that needs to know if it's good. I need to know.
Let's see if I pick it up and it rips in the first second.
What was that, Wheels?
I was making the joke. Let's see if I touch it and it rips in the first 2 seconds. Then we'll know if it's cheap paper.
You are accident prone, so that does fit.
Because for some reason I can literally get a new comic. Open it once and they'll be tearing it, and I'll just be like looking, going, how does this happen?
The way we describe it, it feels like if you touch it, it'll just disintegrate. Just
No, that's kind of the thing.
Luck is, yeah.
That's literally it's
I saw him
literally
run
like
over
that.
a table at Power Morphicon, and it was just by accident. He didn't even intend to do it.
Hey, you helped me with that.
I know, but anyways,
you were like, hey, Wheels, let me not walk around the other side where you have the money so I can hand it to the handler. Let me just reach over you, have you stretch, and get your what do you call it, convention wristband caught on the actual maneuver stick, and then next thing, throttle through the table.
It's okay because they just told us we were never getting interviews with the actors, even though we were following their protocol. Anyways,
move on to the next thing.
Next thing, I would say, Ryan, you should if you should pick it up, and then tell us on the stream how it is, because I think you have the better frame of reference for the quality and how it feels as someone who just wants to read the stories. Because I'm not in that category of comic buyer anymore, so it's hard.
No job for Snow Job.
Yeah. Anyways, that's where I'm standing with it. Is I think it's probably fine. It's just I am glad that I bought the Kickstarter, and I'll leave it at that, because that's just where I'm at. I've already read it, so I know I love it, so I committed to it, and you know what I'm saying. I think
that's it. I just don't want people to think like comic elitists, like, oh, you did.
No, it's not that. It's just what I'm hoping is that it's more Viz manga than Viz 3-in-1. In terms of, like, Viz manga is a thin paper and it's really lightweight, but it's sturdy, versus Viz 3-in-1 where you could just tear it flipping through the pages.
Yeah, no, I don't want you even made a whole video about saying my Anime Heroes One Piece is good. I feel like it's a similar thing where it's like be kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, yeah. It's not to say, because like it's just what's God, it's the difference between the personal preference and the objective analysis, right? Where it's like I can say this is good even though I prefer this, right? And so I think that, but I also just don't know without like actually reading the book how it holds up. That's my only concern, is does it hold up when you're reading it? Because it's a 1,258 page book in a paperback format. That's yeah. So that's why I want someone to read it. That's I think, have I made myself clear? I feel like I'm just repeating now. Am I clear? Chat, are we good?
Yeah, you're clear. You're clear.
Okay. All right. Now for everything else that was at New York Comic Con. Okay. So Jada's Scooby-Doo line has a Scooby-Doo. There he is.
Zoink!
First you got Shaggy in package, which is great.
I like the packaging. I like it. Looks like the Haunted Mansion at the beginning of the intro.
Yeah, it looks awesome. They showed the Mummy again. There's Scooby with Shaggy. It's great. I like it. And then they actually showed what they talked about at San Diego Comic-Con, which is the unmasked heads for the monsters.
I love that. I love that so much.
That's pretty fantastic. I think that's super awesome. And
the best part, you know what the best part is? If they use the same ball joint as the Street Fighter figure, you can put any Street Fighter cater on the monster.
Imagine you just pull the mask off and it's Zangief.
Blanca!
Yeah. Let's see. In the world of cereal mascots, we're also doubling down on Hanna-Barbera with Fred and Barney Flintstone, but in the Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles versions first.
I love it. Barney!
Talk about swinging and hitting two at once, right?
I know, right? I love we're getting actual posable action figures of Fred and Barney.
And I love that they're the cereal versions first, and then I presume regular versions later.
Now I just need is like, can we get a whole Hanna-Barbera line from Jada now? Like, give us Space Ghost. Right? Like, get Jada Space Ghost and Harvey Birdman, please.
Okay, Akuma. We finally saw the front of Akuma because
he's swole.
Back. Yeah,
he's swole.
They confirmed brand new mold from Ryu and Kent. Yes, Hellfire. The Shaggy is in the same scale as the Street Fighter figures.
Yeah, you can have him be Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yep. So Akuma is a different mold than Ryu and Ken. He's much bigger, and Blanca has a new face that matches the artwork closer. So they tweaked his face.
They all look great.
Here's some NECA Ninja Turtle stuff. Wrestler A Stuck.
I shout out to, I forget who's in our Discord chat, but you need to display, if you do get the Barney and Fred sound, you need to have the next to Ding.
Yes, Barney and Fred meets the Thing. Ninja Turtles. For Ninja Turtles Adventures, the Archie comics, we got Ace Duck with his suspicious bulge. I just noticed that, and I was distracting now. We got the cover color version of Belly Bomb. Wingnut and Screw Loose. A Shredder with a Krang for a head. And a Dark Leo. These are all just like new stuff. Then we have ghost versions of the turtles from Last Ronin. We've got Casey Marie and her bike, and Granny April and the baby turtles from Last Ronin. This guy from I assume Archie, or is he from the cartoon? I don't remember.
I'm waiting for
a ghost version of him or something. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Let's see, Oh yeah, he was from he was the not Freddy Krueger knockoff from the '87 cartoon.
Okay, yeah, he was a cartoon.
And the
PandaCon,
the other
New Shredder.
Yeah, I don't recognize that one.
Scumbug.
Thank God they're doing Ultimate Shredder because he needed an update badly. Else it was so hard to get.
Yep, Sumo Guy and
Tattoo.
Super Turtle and the Domoids from the Mirage comics. And then we've got...
Funny. It's so funny. I am not the biggest guy of '87. Yeah, I know a lot of names because I just grew up watching so many toy reviews of all the Playmates action figures of these characters.
April here from Mirage is looking great. Hopefully we get some release details on her soon. She looks to be pinless, which is an upgrade for the Mirage stuff.
Or just NECA in general.
Yeah, NECA in general, yeah. And then also Chote is in the comic line as well. And also Old Man Raphael from that one issue that had that one thing where he was old. I'm tired. Ninja Turtles 2012, Mikey and Leo were on display.
They look so great. I love them. They look like they just pop out of the show. Because I know apparently they're working with Sharon and Nelly on these figures, which is great to hear. I love because we've seen Mikey in his ancestral layouts from San Diego, but Leo looks great because he comes with the bow and arrow during the Mystic Quest arc. He also comes with the one gun. He used it like that one episode, I think in season 1. I want to say. Like, man, that's cool. Oh no!
What you're saying is I can finally let go of the 2012 figures for this.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
You know what that means? I can't wait till they make the Squirrelnoids.
Oh, they make the Squirrelnoids. That'd be really so cool.
Also from NECA, if you want the brothel from Beetlejuice, those are words that just came out of my mouth. $150 will get you that plus a spiked Beetlejuice exclusive figure. With alternate faceplates.
I thought you said Spike Spiegel. I thought you said Spike Spiegel.
Spiked version of Beetlejuice. There you go. Dante's Inferno Room, the brothel they put up to distract Beetlejuice for like an hour in the movies. Big old $150 display piece if you really want it. It's kind of wild that this exists, to be honest. It's on NECA store exclusive until November 6th. NECA's reissuing their Nightmare Before Christmas figures or redoing them as Ultimates. Hopefully
they don't.
Infamously the most fragile figures ever made. So hopefully,
let's hope you don't sneeze on Jack. He won't like break down the bones.
One of these days, Bandai gets to do Nightmare Before Christmas and just remake Jack Skellington like they did Brooke for One Piece.
Well, I get it because the problem with the NECA stuff is because since they're collector's figures, they're made out of more brittle plastic compared to 4+ Brooke.
And NECA has gotten much better at making sturdier figures in recent years. So
yeah, because the NECA, the Nightmare Before Christmas line was one of their first big toy lines. Because that's when I first discovered them.
That's when I first discovered NECA, when I got a Jack Skellington and his leg broke in the package. So, anyways, we'll see how those turn out. Storm Collectibles is doing 1/12 scale figures now.
Thank you.
And they're starting with Alpha Ryu and Alpha Ken.
I do say I really wish their first figure were Alpha Ryu and Ken because they're a little too close to the Jada figures.
They are. And I will also add, at least it's Alpha Ryu and Ken and announced before I do my Marvel vs. Capcom video.
Yeah, but I wish it was they're 5 or 6 or because they're too similar to their
they look like Jada figures with toe joints.
Ken looks
that leg looks just like Jada Ken's leg.
Yeah, Ken's at least looks more unique because Ken Alpha looks a bit different from Street Fighter 2 look. But Ryu, if you don't actually like see the white headband, you might confuse the Jada figure for a split second. There you
go. They also have
also that's
Momotaro.
That's also Baki.
Yeah, I was going to circle back to Baki. Momotaro Tsurugi. Who's this guy? Wheels.
I think that's a Baki. I think that's a Baki character. Hold on, let me see.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? We're from Otokojuku, Sakagake Otokojuku. This was the anime that Toei put on right after Fist of the North Star. So after Fist of the North Star, this took its spot back in like '85.
And Chaos is here. Go.
It's a series that me and Chaos have been trying to watch, but like no one's gave a real official fan sub.
I forget. Is he a jump character? Also,
yes, he's showing a jump. Yes.
Yeah, because I recognize his design.
Momotaro, yeah. And then the principal.
They made him more edgier. They made him more edgy. They made him more edgier than the actual show. How they drew him. They made him extra detailed.
The principal of the school is hilarious. All he says is, "My name is Heihachi Dejima," but somehow he's so manly. People are like, "All right."
Understands what he says.
I'm so glad I was able to summon you guys back because we're about to get into the.
So here's the best part about this too.
Yeah, I was
telling Soundout, most of the stuff that Storm Collectibles license, even though they're an Asian studio, they seem to be stuff that's in North America. So me and Jerry are like, so does that mean someone's got the license to Otokojuku?
And we also have Space Cobra here.
Yeah, we got Cobra.
Cobra.
Not to be confused with the G.I. Joe one. There's 1/6 scale Baki.
Which is great. I know I'm seeing a big because the problem
back to back with Yujiro.
Yep.
Yeah, which is nice because the Storm Baki stuff is really good, but like if you want to play Baki with,
and then here is 1/12 scale Baki.
This is their because their usual scale is like an 8-inch
Son of Ogre
scale figure. So this is their bigger line.
Because there's different it's all Baki, but like the manga actually is like said a different thing. Like there's Baki, Grappler Baki, Son of Ogre.
The Storm line is specifically based off the Netflix Baki stuff.
Yeah, which is Son of Ogre.
All right, well, moving on.
Baki Rahen is the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Select ain't dead. They're going to do a Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine, complete with the gold guns, which is cool. They're also going to do a Wolverine based on Deadpool and Wolverine, but no unmasked head. I think Hasbro's the only one that was able to leverage one. Hasbro and Hot Toys. But it does have the implication of swappable arms because these close-up shots have the sleeveless look. So they're also going to do a classic Hobgoblin with finger raise. He can do Dodonpa.
Finger beams.
And then there also will be a new Carnage called Carnage X.
Yeah, because this is a upgraded version of their previous Carnage, which is already a really good figure.
I thought Dark Claw was going to say this is X antibody Carnage.
It's antibody Carnage. Actually, it kind of works too. It kind of works as an X antibody Carnage. He's very edgy.
God, the neck extension.
Yep. And then the last thing revealed that we're talking about is the Lego X Mansion. I can finally talk about it after all this stuff. It's on Lego's website. It's free right now. Here we go, guys. Look at this beautiful bitch. And now Lego's never gonna hire me because I said naughty word. All right, where do we go from here? How do we do this? All right, so here's the Lego X Mansion. No, it does not come with Mystique. That's just a weird rendering error with Jean Grey in this first.
Okay. Okay.
It's 3,093 pieces.
So Sal, this actually might be cool for you, for your family, because the way how the set is work is it's in 3 separate boxes.
Yes.
And each 3 boxes is a section of the mansion. So if you want to, you and your family can build a part of the mansion.
That would be kind of fun, actually. Yeah, I might do that.
It's also in 24 bags, and so the designers jokingly call it the other advent calendar for this year.
Yeah, 24 bags. That's nice, because I remember building the Technodrome for Mega Bloks that was 2,500 pieces, and none of it was in numbered bags. You had to lay it all out.
That was before Lego let go of the whole number bag patent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to lay out this 6-foot-long table and lay out all the Technodrome parts to build that thing, because it was just...
Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, that's going to be a very fun family night if you want to do that.
Yeah, I might do that. I know my mom has a bunch of Animal Crossing Legos she still needs to build too.
The designer, to give you some insights, I watched them behind the scenes and stuff. So the designer said this isn't specifically based on 97. It's based off a lot of X-Men is a lot of the movies, the comics, the animated shows, everything. And so there's gonna be stuff that looks more like the movies, some that looks more like the comics, stuff looks like 97. So it's really cool. There's also a lot of Easter eggs in this set.
Yeah, I've noticed a bunch of them already.
I'm not sure you're gonna do a video on this, but like I feel like you could do a really good like video about this since you're the X-Men guy, so you probably know a lot of these Easter eggs.
I might do it if it doesn't take me too long to build it, and I can review it in a timely manner and do an Easter egg breakdown before like somebody else does. I'd totally do it. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here.
What is it? You have like I feel like a lot of the other Easter egg video are people go look things up while you some of these probably could be natural to you going like, oh, I know this thing from
me just looking at this going, and there is this, and there is that. Yeah, it's like this uncanny X-Men 266 reference here. That's the kind of stuff. It's so the character lineup is interesting. It's Wolverine.
Which is Wolverine is reused from the X-Jet.
Yep. So X-Jet. He doesn't have as much detail on him as the character minifig blind bag Wolverine.
Yes.
Professor Xavier is Bruce Wayne's head on Michael Scott's body.
I know people really dislike the Xavier figure, but like I go like
it looks like a bald guy in chair, right?
Yeah, it looks like a Xavier. I don't see the problem here. I know some people just wanted the green suit. I think it's the problem.
I don't know why people are so hung up on the green suit. I'm gonna be real.
Because that's the one in the cartoons.
Yeah, but Iceman is here. That argument's invalid.
Yeah, Storm is new.
Storm is new.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Soundout, but most X-Men fans aren't actually X-Men fans.
I know. You do not need to tell me. I am very aware. Storm looks great. Cyclops and Rogue are from the Jet.
Well, okay.
Oh no! Cyclops got printing on his legs. That's right.
Yeah, he has printing on his leg. Yeah, so he's half new. Rogue is reused. Iceman's here because the Daily Bugle set had Firestar, so he's pretty much here to complete the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends trio.
Yeah. We got Gamba, we got Bishop, and we got Magneto with a rubber cape. So
and also the return of the old bucket helmet. We haven't seen this since the main Micro.
I already have Beast from the character minifigs, and they haven't made any other characters in Lego X-Men, so I'm good to go. It also has a Sentinel. It's got like all kinds of cool things, so you can have the characters fly, and like there's stuff for Jean to throw stuff, and
that was really cool because some of the stuff you see that's like broken on the set you can rebuild to be normal if you want like a non-battle damage version of the X-Mansion.
I also love the alley look on the back with the Days of Future Past reference poster and the basketball court, and
like I said, like destroyed or killed, it's collected.
Yeah. And then the gift with purchase for this is going to be this movie Cerebro set.
But even though Jubilee's on the screen,
someone was like, "Man, Jubilee should have been in here," and then someone else said, "No, wait, we don't want Jubilee to be locked to a gift with purchase set." I have a feeling we're gonna get other characters.
No, I think we're gonna get more X-Men stuff next year. We're gonna get more X-Men. I think it's already confirmed. There's listings for more X-Men stuff next year.
Yeah, I think this is just the kickoff. Is this big old mansion, and I'm all here for it. I'm gonna try to get the Cerebro gift with purchase. I have my alarm set, my calendar alert set. I've been waiting months for this, so I already had money set.
I seen like early reviews of it. It's a fantastic set.
I'm so excited. And I don't have to buy the stupid jet because Rogue is here, so I'm good.
What's nice is one I love the thing about it is it has a lot of continuity nods to the other Lego direct-to-consumer sets. Like the elevator in the set is the same elevator design in the Daily Bugle and Avengers Tower, so like it's telling the same elevator company.
That's amazing.
And such. Also, Ant-Man's and there's a cookie in the set that's supposed to be Aunt May's cookies, apparently.
That's adorable. Anyways, it goes up November 1st for Lego Insiders and November 4th for everyone else. These are usually only sold through like Lego Store, right?
Yes, these are direct. Yeah, that's the direct to consumer is you only get your Lego.com or the Lego Store.
Cool. I don't have a Lego store within 200 miles, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's like Lego stores don't exist in the Southwest at all. Like, I have to go to northern Colorado or all the way out to California.
You know what's a fun Easter egg in this set is not just like the old Wolverine meme, but there's an X-ray there's X-ray Wolverine in the set,
and he's got the old floppy shoulder skeleton.
Yeah, the old floppy skeleton shoulders because he's that old.
I love that.
I love that Easter egg.
Yeah, I will definitely. I'll take some notes when I'm building it and go, here's all the Easter eggs, and I'll probably make a video on it because if I'm spending that much money on it, I might as well make a new video on it.
Yeah.
That's the show, guys. We did it.
Woo!
Next week, less news because there's no. I don't know when's MCM.
No, when's the Hasbro Pulse
10/27. Thing? I know MCM London. I think is before then. I hope it's MCM London, and I'm not mislabeling. Oh, MCM London is the same weekend. It's the 25th to the 27th.
Oh, God, Hasbro, why?
Yeah, it'll be fun. That's it, guys. Make your plugs. I'm tired. I want to go
Kels,
sleep.
what do you do tomorrow?
I stream King of Fighters 15 at 4 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/FighterCows with Soundout.
Yeah.
Without sound.
It's gonna be fun. I'll just be on mute if you want me to be. I mean, if you're tired of hearing my voice, and we can do that.
You can follow me at Darko643 on YouTube, Twitter, and Blue Sky because Twitter's burning into the ground.
You can also find me on Blue Sky. It's just at Soundout. I'm Soundout12 everywhere.
Yeah. You want any archivations?
Fighter counts everywhere.
Yeah. You want any archivations like the one you see this very channel? Feel free to DM me on those social media platforms or in Sound Cisco Protocol in the link to the description below. Wheels, what's our awesome site?
Hero-Club.com, where you can check out our interviews, our reviews, our other stuff and news there.
We just did an interview with Ultraman Great.
Yeah.
Yes. Most people might know him as Ultraman Towards the Future's Ultraman Great or whatever because of how the licensing is in your country. So we did that. We got some other interviews coming soon. We have a Godzilla coming.
Mm-hmm.
That should narrow it down for people when I said a Godzilla coming. And you can follow us across social media using Hero Club for Life. And we also stream on Twitch Wednesdays and Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. However, stuff may change due to certain individuals being a pain in my ass.
Yep.
Anyways, what's the plan for people who are saying this? Like, yeah, what's the plans for this week's Hangout?
Wednesday is Black Heartwave Marvel Legends will be the shorts this week.
Is that 2 parts?
2 parts. I couldn't cram it into one.
Wednesday will be the Star Trek.
Both Black Heartwaves will be 2 shorts. On Thursday, members will get a director's cut version that's both together in 16:9. So there's that. And then Wednesday's video will be about the Cell Star Trek stuff because I want to get that all condensed into one video instead of just part of a 4-hour live stream. And then Friday's video will be the Rebel Tech Yusei Fudo because I have been convinced I should review it. And also, why not? I love 5Ds. Let's do it. And then next week will be Halloween and Sentai Showcase. So, fun times.
Maybe it's such a Halloween stream on Thursday.
Maybe. We'll see how I'm doing.
Look, people are paying. Look, Sal, people are paying. You kind of need to.
I need to do it. I know. The problem I have with doing it is I need to get... I have to sync... The problem with streaming on other days is I have to sync schedule against everything else going on in my life.
I mean, you film everything already, so
No, it's not the filming part. It's other life stuff outside of work stuff that I have to manage myself around. But it is doable. I'll see you guys next week, and we'll have a shorter stream. I don't even care if there's a ton of news next week. I'm just going to cut it down to like 5 topics, and then we're going to be short next week. I'm exhausted right now, and we will schedule something with members soon. So. That is that. See you guys next week.